Triple M for 20-odd years. And I tell you what, this bloke was 7 when he started. He's now 34, and he's coming up for his 22nd consecutive year doing the stats. We're going to have the two-man join us a little bit later on. But just to balance the conversation, we have gone through a rigorous selection process. We have scaled the country. We've gone internationally, and we've ended up with what we believe to be one of the most astute female broadcasters and reporters covering the great game. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome to the Triple M team for the very first time, Nerily Meadows. Welcome, Nez.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I've got to tell you, I'm incredibly emotional today. I've already teared up a few times.
You're just hanging in, aren't you?
I can't underplay just how significant a day this is. And as the banner goes up for Carlton, let's tell our listeners right now that each of the girls from both teams got to nominate 2 family members that they deemed just most special to them to form a guard of honour as they made history. And right now, I've just got the goosebumps going all the way up my arms as the girls from Carlton run through the banner with those family members looking on. My God, they're making history. You'd be crying out there. I'm almost crying here.
I don't want this. I want this to come out right. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the girls? This is a dream now. This is a pathway for girls to make a career.
It means everything. It means everything. I'm a woman who's covered this game for 11 years. We've still got such a long way to go, but this is just so significant. And there was one moment this week which will stay with me for absolutely ever, and that was when 8 strong, passionate women stood and looked to their left when the Premiership Cup, the first ever AFLW Premiership Cup, was unveiled. They had fire in their eyes. They had passion in their eyes. They would not go near the cup because they didn't want to break with superstition, just like the blokes. You could tell that this is real. This is a genuine competition. These girls are in it to win it.
We all remember our first game and how exciting it was. My first game was out here. There's only 7,000 people here, I think. It was an amazing... It felt like, for me, 50,000, 60,000 people. These girls out here tonight, the game will be half gone and they won't even know what's happened. They'll be that high on adrenaline. It is going to be fantastic. Jude, talk us through your first game because you also played it here.
I actually debuted right here at Princess Park or Icon Park now, and turned it over against the Blues. Hit Fraser Brown on the chest. He went down, hit Lance Whitnell, and he had a shot on goal. And Rodney Eade actually just gave me an all-time spray from the runner. But we're just watching even Jonathan Brown's little girl, Olivia Brown, led the Blues out just then. You know, you win 3 premierships. Brownie's an absolute superstar, but she's now got Darcy Vessio's number on the back and wears the navy blues and leads them out tonight, the little young 3-year-old.
Boys, just look at this. There's people still piling through, and it is filled right up to the brim. There are people right at the top on the skyline here. I'm not even kidding. This is packed. I'm not sure that they're going to fit in everyone who wants to come along today.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight? Who's going to light this place up?
Oh, there's so many stars. Let's go through a couple of the marquee players for both teams. Brianna Davey, she is a genuine star. She's a former Matildas goalkeeper who missed the 2015 World Cup with the Matildas, and that prompted her return to footy to quit soccer and come along. She's won premierships with Melbourne City and with the victory in the W League. She is a star, though, at footy. The other marquee player for Carlton is Darcy Vessio, who you've already mentioned there. She's a graphic designer at Carlton, by the way. But also for Collingwood, we've got Emma King, who is an absolute character. She's the ruckman from out west, where I'm from, and she loves the crazy sock days. She loves hanging all sorts of garbage on her teammates. Absolute
186 centimetres, so very big.
Yeah, and she should get them first use of the footy because she's an absolute superstar as well. And of course, I don't really need to say too much about this next woman, Mo Hope.
Oh, the Mo Show.
She's become just a household name in a matter of minutes, hasn't she? She's an absolute character, one of 14 children, I believe. So she comes from a big family, and she knows how to win the footy and kick a goal, and she's been playing a bit through the midfield as well in the build-up to this. So they're the marquee players for both teams.
Nice start, Nez. Great to have you on board. Jude Bolton, Nathan Brown, great to have him back. Wayne Swass, that is your Triple M call team. 2017 kicks off tonight. And if you think that Nez is underquoting it, this is chock-a-block here. And when you look to the other wing, we're facing the city. So that would be in the southern direction. That stand out there, which MJ's going to take a photo, is absolutely bumper to bumper. It is standing room only And we're really looking forward to it. If you think that the AFL's not serious about this game and this league, there is every media outlet here tonight broadcasting it.
Yes, what about the pressure on these girls as well, though? I mean, they'd be playing it up all week about actually representing their club and taking the stage on this occasion.
Mate, I feel exhausted and I'm not playing. This is how big the build-up has been all week. It's been like a festival. It's been like a carnival. We always hear in the men's game, don't play the game before you get out there, and these girls feel the same way. I've been told by a few of the coaches that the first 5 minutes of each of the games, particularly this one, could be a little bit scrappy, but we are liken that to a final in a men's game, because that's what this is. There's going to be 20,000 people out here. It's like a final, and we often see that the first 5 minutes of a final is some of the worst footy you'll see, but some of the most passionate. They're going in hard, they're just smashing each other, but it's not always the prettiest footy.
Well, I saw the practice match last week, Bulldogs and the Pies down at the Holden Centre. Low scoring, admittedly, but the skills were pretty good. I walked away pretty impressed. Hey, Nez, you've had a very busy week because you actually had some time with the Blues captain, Lauren Arnell, the inaugural captain of the Blues. Let's have a listen to your interview with Lauren earlier this week.
Well, the moment has come. Can you believe that the AFLW is actually here and you're about to kick it all off?
It's all real now, isn't it? And it's just an incredible moment and opportunity for us to play football, which is what we've always wanted to do.
Is the excitement real? Has it sunk in yet what you're about to do?
I think it has. I think we've had a really strong pre-season. We've had opportunities to get better, and I know that as well as tonight being round one, we'll get better again from this game too. So I think it's definitely real, and the opportunity to be a footballer and be paid to be a footballer is real for us, and we've been working really hard for this moment.
People listening, what they can't see is the giant smile on your face. It is amazing stuff. But is the rivalry real? Will it be on right from the get-go?
Absolutely. I think with any game, and particularly this one, it's going to be red hot, and there's opportunities for all girls that are out there on that field today, and I have no doubt everybody will want to take that opportunity.
Just finally, it's a club with a very strong history, and you're the first ever captain. Yeah. How does that sit with you?
It's very humbling, and again, something I think I'll look back on a lot more when I'm older. And our club's 28 strong in its leadership, and I'm fortunate enough to be with the C next to my name. But all of our girls are amazing leaders, and I can't wait to run out there with them.
Enjoy every second.
Thank you.
And she will. So well done to Nez. She's going to make her way downstairs. You can just see as Nez is going downstairs to sit in her position on the boundary line that she's very emotional, and I think that's reflective of a lot of young girls, a lot of older women, a lot of girls that are holding legitimate aspirations now. Like you said, Brownie, I've got twin daughters, and I have two that are very keen to make this a career.
Absolutely. The fact that you've seen Auskick come through, and there's now a pathway for them to play football at the highest level, and that's what makes this so spectacular. And I think the fact that each of the clubs have thought about this as a whole club environment, they get to train on the ovals, actually train in the facilities and represent their club. This is what drives the supporters, but also the sponsors have come in to support this momentous occasion.
The AFL done a great job, because this has been fast-tracked. 12 months ago, this wasn't happening the way it is right now. They've fast-tracked it, they've seen something. They've noticed that girls want to play football, girls want to be involved. It's no longer playing with my brother or my uncle or my dad in the backyard and then going back inside and doing whatever. We are now legitimate AFL footballers, and it's going to be a fantastic night as they just assemble for the national anthem short up.
Yep, the Blues are ready, and the Pies are lining up. We're about to stand for the national anthem. History in the making. Carlton taking on Collingwood, the very first officiated AFL women's game from Icon Park. So we wait for the national anthem, and it is standing room only. Very few seats left available, and there are some nervous girls in front of us now, just wanting the national anthem to be over and the opening bounce to be underway.
I think this is one of the great parts of our game, the national anthem before the first game.
So we have a packed capacity Icon Park venue.
Will you please join the coaches, players and umpires as we stand for the Australian National Anthem.
sit back, relax and enjoy an AFL footy at the elite level for the girls, the women, the ladies is here and here to stay. Shortened Coates Hire preview and of course Nerily Meadows will check in with Nez throughout the course of the game, all thanks to Bob Jane T-Marts and without our great mates. Fantastic to have them on board once again. It's been a long partnership and goes from strength to strength for McDonald's. Triple M will continue to rock footy in 2017 as we welcome the man who's been on radio longer than just about anyone known to mankind without getting sacked. Ash Stewart, welcome to you.
Yes, thanks, Swatter, Bolts, Brownie. Great to be working with you in 2017. As Nez pointed out, and you too, Brownie, capacity crowd here at this venue. Last time we had Carlton and Collingwood play against each other for premiership points, I'm talking about, was 17 years ago, all the way back in the year 2000. But just with the quarters, remember, they go for 15 minutes, time on only after goals or extended breaks in play.
This first 5 minutes is going to be red hot, boys. You can imagine the pressure on the girls out there, and they'll all want to get their hands on the footy early. It's just a team that needs to settle early and just, I guess, think their way through the situation, because it is going to be on for young and old early on.
Nothing like a touch very early, and that's why we have Nerily Meadows down on the boundary for the Bob Jane T-Marks. She'll give us how it is looking down there, Nez.
Oh, it's just beautiful. And I've got to tell you, I'm so emotional after that national anthem. Just watching the girls, they were just taking every single moment in. This is a packed house. We can't say it enough. You look over to the Carlton club rooms, there are people just streamed down, all those family members in front of the rooms. The girls in a tight huddle right now. They're just breaking the Collingwood girls, and it is Meg Hutchins' 35th birthday today, I should mention as well, because she's been an absolute stalwart getting this club together right from scratch. As the 6 Collingwood girls come to the bench, you can hear the crowd just shouting out for them. Helen Roden, one of them, the younger sister of David Roden. Geez, they have fierce looks on their faces. They are pumped up for this, boys, and I tell you what, I am too.
And I tell you what, the ground conditions look amazing down there as well.
Yeah, not far away. Well, I'd argue, boys and ladies and our listeners, that there would have been many people that would never have thought that this day would have come, but it's here and it's about to unfold. It's an exciting new chapter, and somewhere in the vicinity of 350 new girls teams last year alone. It is growing, and that is fantastic. So the Pies will kick to the Royal Parade end to the right of your radio dial, and they will kick into the sun. So the Blues, with the aid of the sun behind them.
One thing I have noticed, Schwatter, already, with 16 aside, there are only 2 wingmen either side, and they're both Carlton players. So Collingwood setting up in a different fashion.
Underway. And a big clash of bodies nice and early in the square. A ferocious start. A lot of players come in. The umpire will eventually blow the P, and if you think it's a fragile, gentle game, just have a look at that replay.
And you just need the dominance of a ruckman early on. This, you can see Emma King get up over the top.
The ball up, ball just rolling around in the middle. No one can get a clear touch. It's like a final, as Nerily Meadows said. Girls want to get their hands on the footy early. A couple of fumbles. It's not pretty, but it is very, very hard and tight inside, Schwatter.
Yep, ball still inside the square. Flying high was King, couldn't get a hand on it for the Pies. Another pack forms, and we'll have a throw up. So as Brownie said, 16 on the ground. No ball ups. King over the top, reached in, coming through hard.
Tessavira and Benici around the footy for Collingwood. You can see some of the other young ladies around there have been they're all just congested right around. They're trying to pull out and just get a little bit more set up inside forward 50 again.
A good early start, but the ball doesn't clear the centre square, and we'll have another throw-up.
Tessariro's gone in hard a couple of times. Very, very hard with the hip and shoulder early. Hasn't gone outside the centre square yet, so another ball up. Just at half back for the Pies. Kiochi tries to get the first clean ball. She's tackled too high. She's going to get a free kick. So the first free kick of the night is played, and Kiochi will get it off half back, and it must be said, Schwatter, she wore number 17 on her back as a youngster. Was a Bulldog supporter a long time ago.
Right.
And the first ball is a nice one, and diving to take that mark at ground level
Jude,
down
just
there.
Refresh our memory. Who used to wear number 17 at the Bulldogs?
Well, he might be working this commentary box. I think Nathan Brown.
Ball goes down towards half forward. Kick comes back for the Pies. Benici gets it again, dived in on top. She gets a free kick just inside the boundary line, a little bit high. So Benici.
It's against Pound there.
Brittany Benici at half back will have the ball. Got the helmet on tonight, Schwatter.
Yep.
You wore that a couple of occasions.
I did, Brandy. Got knocked out 3 times in 4 games, so probably had something to do with it. Not a particularly good kick, but put that down to nerves. So it's been a tight and tough start. The ball hasn't gone in either 50-metre entry area. And some nervous girls, but as I said before, we saw the practice match last week between the Bulldogs and the Pies, and the skill level was pretty high. And there's a nice clean set of hands from Livingston. Right half back flank, squares it inside defensive 50. Kick is good. Nice patient movement. Mark is taken by Stevens.
Stevens moves the ball with the left foot, back towards full back, just outside the goal they're defending. They're chipping the ball around here nicely, just trying to get their hands on it at the moment, Jude Bolton.
Yeah, lovely work from Tara Morgan just to push out wide and just open that space up. He needed to just get that run and just get it out to the other side.
Nice kick from Kiochi. She's been prevalent really early so far. Another free kick paid, another high free kick, and it's going to go to Collingwood. Carlton just not being able to settle, not being able to get their hands on the footy at the moment, and this free kick will go to Hutchings, right foot, down towards half forward. Scraggy old kick coming out at the footy. Big crash on play out there. Comes to Darcy, her left foot's nice, and it finds out there White.
So the Pies have it in the shade of the outer wing. Congested marking attempt at half forward for the Magpies. Blues under some early pressure. Pies trying to force it towards their forward 50. And as we've said a number of times, it's been a willing, aggressive start. And if you're just joining us, it's Carlton taking on the Blues from Icon Park for McDonald's Triple M Rocks footy.
Tough to get a clear ball at the moment. A lot of players around this footy again. It's hot, it's early, and a free kick at half back for the Blues. So they'll get their first forward thrust from the half back line. And the kick's taken by Hossing. Nice ball too, short one. Finds a teammate out there. I think that's Lucas Rod on the outer side. She comes backwards, so just chipping the ball around the Blues. They've got numbers behind the footy. One of those players is Hardyman. Short ball, gets backwards towards Brazali. So just surveying the scene at the moment, looking around for a short ball, under pressure now, so has to handball back. The Blues are going back here, Schwatter.
Yeah, Lucas Rod with a high hoiking ball around the corner, but that's good pressure from the Magpies. Force the turnover. They'll reload just forward to the outer wing. Early numbers, Tuman.
Yeah, kicking efficiency, Carlton 50%, Collingwood at 60, disposals dead even 10 apiece.
Let's head downstairs, thanks to Bob Jane T-Marts. Nez.
Guys, there are grown women in absolute tears down here, women who have worked at the AFL for a very long time and waited a long time to see this happen. They're just crying right now, and it's emotional to see it.
It's a good mark, contested mark.
Sensational work by Darcy. Just stood under that ball and took a fantastic mark. She kicked 30 goals last year for the Eastern Devils.
So she centres the ball to the top of the goal square, but filling the hole there and playing on Brazali. A long bomb inside the square. May have worked out okay, but the mark was dropped.
Turned over. Pies go back in attack. Moana Hope was the big flyer. She got her hands to it. Couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills free. Collingwood still in attack here. Picked up nicely by Kiochi. Can she kick the first one? Right foot across the body. I tell you what, it's coming back, but it's too far through for one behind. Gee, that was exciting play by the Pies. They kicked the first score there, one behind on Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard. Carlton yet to score.
Sensational work by Moana Hope just to bring that to ground after congesting in the air and then getting it out and giving Kiochi a chance.
Defensive work by the Pies to keep it in there forward 50 by Tara Morgan.
See what, Kiochi looks a player.
She can move right, just blistering pace through the midfield and good skills.
So King goes up against Downey. With a slight height advantage. King ball goes out of bounds. And we'll have it tossed in. Kiochi's numbers, Ash.
Yeah, equal leading ball winner on the ground with 3 disposals, and of course that one behind.
And she was the captain of the Bulldogs last year as well.
So King and Downey again. Downey protected the ball drop. Trying to barge their way through. Aggressive tackling again. And we'll have it thrown up. 48 out from the Magpies goal. They lead by a point. Carlton yet to score. And that is all on the Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
The sun beginning to descend over the old Robert Heatley stand, which is a brand new building down there. Looks beautiful. And the umpire comes in and calls for a ball up again. Just inside 50. Pies in attack, doing all the attacking at the moment. Blues just crowding this footy, trying to hold the ball up. Big tackle late again. Ball underneath the pack. Nobody gets a free kick, but the umpire now picks out one for holding. And the free kick is going to go to the Pies, so just outside 50. They'll reload.
All the numbers have flooded
back. They come backwards and the handball goes to Hutchins, who goes long and high, looking for Hope. Hopes at the back. Can she take the mark? No. In front. Pies have taken the mark. I can't see who it is. Turns around now, and it's young Jasmine Garner from the St Kilda Sharks, 22 years of age, and she'll go back to write herself into history too as the first girl to kick the first goal.
She kicked 41 goals. Centre forward, just from the St Kilda Sharks.
To the old Heatley stand-in. Stutters on the run-up. Right foot's nice. Kicks the first one. And look at all the Pies players coming from everywhere. First goal to the Pies. They're 1-1-7. The Blues are yet to score. That's on Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard as we head down and there's on the bound with Bob Jane teammates.
Just a little bit more background on Jasmine Garner. She is a great mark, as we just saw there, but we've been told from Mo Hope in the build-up to this, and we know that Mo is a superstar in her own right, that Jasmine Garner will be seen as the best forward in the comp by the end of this competition. So that's how highly she's rated by her teammates.
Good insight there from Nez.
A great start. And nicely done. Nerily Meadows, a big part of Triple M footy this year, and that's all thanks to Bob Jane teammates. 7 playing no score. Great start for the Magpies, and the historic first goal kicked by AFL Women's League goes against the name of Garner. And away again from McDonald's. Triple M Rocks footy king trying to impose herself against Downing, and Roden bangs in. Couldn't find the ball. It spills out. King will track it. Bounces towards the outer wing. Nice set. Sidestep. Blues load it up and bang it inside. 50 marking contest. Good defensive work by the Pies. Casey's tackled well. Barging through the Blues. They had it. Then they lost it. It was Vasecchio. And now they wrap it up. And we may have it thrown up about 40 metres out from the Blues goal. Defensively, a lot of highlights. You've got to be pretty impressed so far, Bolts.
Yeah, she was a really big chance there for Darcy Vesio to take that grab and just turn onto it. But they've got another big chance here.
Blues pick it up through Jacobson to the top of the square. Mark drop down there. Free kick paid to the Blues. So the Blues will get the chance to get their first goal. And their first goal kicker looks to be Vesio, who is one of the marquee players for the Blues. Just held on there. Umpire came in, paid the free kick. Slight angle, 20 metres out. Probably should kick it, but the nerves will be big.
Nerves will be massive at the moment. It was just against Nicola Stevens. Just felt a bit of pressure, wrapped the arms around, and here she goes, going back to slot this goal.
Vesio to the legend stand-in. Comes in, right foot, kicks the goal.
Look at him get around her.
The Blues answer the Pies' first goal. Vesio puts her name in the record books as the first goal scorer for the Blues. Played for the Derrybin Falcons last year. They're 1 straight 6. Collingwood 1-1-7. That's all on Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
But the pressure around the footy has been enormous. Some of the tackle numbers, mate.
Yeah, spot on, Bolts. 21 tackles combined, 13 to Carlton, 8 to Collingwood, who've only played 10 minutes. And just another stat here, number 1 ranked player on the ground is Hutchins of Collingwood. 4 disposals, 100% efficiency, a couple of entries inside 50.
1 point ball game, 1-1 to 1 straight. Goals to Garner for the Pies and Vesio. The opening goal of a new season for the Blues. Great crowd. Perfect night for footy. It's all thanks to McDonald's. Triple M Rocks footy. King couldn't find it. Pies overrun it. Good follow-up tackle though on that occasion. Terezio wraps her player up. And we'll have it thrown up just forward of the centre line for the Blues, trailing by a point on the Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
Ball up. King gets her hand to that one. Chiocchi's in there. So too Eva. Can't get a free kick out. Tackle laid. Umpire comes in. Calls for another ball up.
We know how tight it's been early on, fellas, but just we're waiting to see this game slowly start to open up, and the midfield battle is going to be sensational to watch.
Ball just comes free. Hit out by King. Big tackle laid there on Loins. Blues will go forward here. Stepped inboard. Can't get the ball out. Now it comes back to the Blues. Loins is there. Picked up. Handball towards Downing. She goes across the body. Can't get it with any purchase. She's tackled in the middle of the ground. And the umpire comes in and calls for a ball up right in the middle of Icon Park. It's 1-1-7. Collingwood lead the Blues 1 straight 6.
Just a single pair inside forward 50 for both teams. Vesio one out and Moana Hope the other.
Downing over the top. It's sharked by White for the Magpies. Got it moving forward, but the Blues have numbers. Handball was poor. Pies may get it back. Quick kick round the corner off the boot of Grant. Hacked it to half forward. Blues have numbers. Have they got composure? No, a great chase and a great tackle from behind. And the Magpies will have the ball at centre half forward. And it will go to Garner.
That girl again.
Yep. So she's got the first goal for the Magpies. Lowers the vision, drills the ball and got him there. Target. It was almost Bernardi. It's sharked. Eva dodges, weaves, handballs. Edwards from the pocket. Tight shot. Blues get back and see it through for a rush behind. 1-2 to 1 straight 2-point lead to the Pies on the Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
The pick-up from Eva was fantastic and just gave it off to Caitlin Edwards there. Just couldn't quite finish from the pocket.
So the Blues bring the ball back in, play on, kick to herself was Brianna Davies, a long ball just outside 50, can't find the target though. Over the top of the ball now, did really well out there, was young Brazilla. She's been very prominent earlier, kicks turned over on the wing. Little sharking ball down towards half forward, massive tackle laid out there by Nat Exon. Gives the Blues back the footy, thumping ball towards half forward, it gets over the back. Down there was Hutchings. She's got a little bit of an issue now. She's got Blues swarming everywhere. They've got the numbers here, the Blues. Picked up, left foot, across the body. I tell you what, that is one of the best goals you'll see. And they go off here at Icon Park.
Lauren Arnell, mate.
Big goal to Lauren Arnell on the left foot. She's the skipper. She showed how to do the job on that occasion, but worked really well from the back line by the Blues. Enormous pressure on Hutchings and a left foot snap. Beauty.
Yeah, exactly the way he called it, Brownie. Just that ability to keep her feet. She pressured Hutchings, got onto the left, but just the finish. It hung in the air. It landed in the goal square, and did she just get up and go to the crowd after that?
Just with Brazil, the swatter for Carlton, leading ball win on the ground, 6 disposals, and Collingwood's kicking efficiency 52%, Blues at 69.
Let's get down to Nerily Meadows on the boundary line for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Just a little bit of background on Lauren Arnell. She's one of the superstars of the competition. She's actually a triplet. She's got one sister and one brother. Works at Carlton, comes from a basketball background, and is a qualified teacher. So she's got plenty of skills.
Yep. On and off the full footy field, Nez. So well done, thanks to Bob Jane T-Marts. Blues lead by 4. And Kiochi lays a bone-jarring tackle just inside defensive 50. Pies get away, but the Blues are responded after conceding the opening goal. They've jagged the last 2. And one from the captain, Arnell. Good work by the Pies. They kick the ball alive. Cameron, broadcast wing, goes again and was cleaned up. Charging through was Hosking.
I tell you what, this part of the game has surprised me, Bolts. I didn't think it was going to be this hard. I thought they would come out hard, but some of this stuff, you look at it and you go, that is going to hurt.
But they're coming off the line, and you can hear the hits from up here.
Cameron towards half forward, can't find a target, so the Blues will mop up again at half back. Roden's there for the Pies, tries to step through. Handball now, comes out towards Barden. Umpires picked out a free kick, that one's going to come back.
Been really
to the Pies,
impressed.
to Sarah Darcy.
Really impressed by Sarah Darcy. Just her lead up forward, just activity. This is a beautiful kicking board.
Yeah, left foot, nice ball too. Running through with the handball. Handball came from White. Mucking around with the footy a little bit. Darcy gets it back. Gets it to Roden. Standing start. High ball towards half forward and a nice mark. Taken down there by Tara Morgan. She's about 70 out from goal. So she just needs to set it up. Moana Hope moves one way. Then the other comes back, but she's outnumbered. There's 3 down there. And Downey takes the mark. Well, Brown Moody takes the mark. Deep in defence. And the Blues are away.
Yeah, and the Pies have a player down just on the edge of the square at half forward. A poor kick to the outer wing, though. The Blues, mate, mop it up they do. Brianna Davies storms on the outer wing, runs her full distance, pumps the ball long, pitches inside 50. Can it be gathered by Vesio? It can. Can she keep it in? She can. Bouncing ball, top of the square. Chance for 3 in a row to the Blues. Boot the ball. Desperate pressure by the Pies. And they wrap their player up and will have it thrown up inside the square.
Just watching Nicola Stevens, she's playing in front of Vesio and she's getting out the back every time. She might just have to change her starting positions.
One into another, the Blues. Tap down, got the footy, umpire balls it up again. Tackling's been paramount in this first quarter. What are the tackle numbers, Chuck?
Yeah, 38 tackles for the quarter, Brownie.
Another ball up. Kerrick just sharks the ball out of the pack. Vesio, she is the marquee player of the Blues. She has kicked her second, pulled it out of the ruck, one hand, and then slammed on the boot, kicked her second, and she is on fire. Third goal of the Blues. They're 3-1-19. Collingwood 1-2-8, an 11-point lead of the Blues, and Vesio, has she just turned up to play?
Well, once again, it was Nicola Stevens, and she was starting on her at that stoppage, and just the ball up at the top of the goal square. You've got to stand on the marquee player. She started this game so well. Just got to run through, whether it was a block around that stoppage, but now Nicola Stevens just has to just lock down, player type from here.
Blues may have a problem with their skipper, Nerily.
Is getting checked out by the doctors at the moment. She was down behind players, you mentioned, and it took her quite a while to gather to her feet. She had to get a fair bit of treatment. They're checking her ribs at the moment, but she managed to run off, which is good news. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, nicely done, Nez, and that was Lauren Arnell, a big tackle. Blues wrap it up. They have kicked the last 3 goals of the game. They conceded the opening goal, trail by 7 points early. They lead by 10 late in the opening term. In front of a bumper crowd. First game of AFL women's footy. Blues and the Pies in front of a great crowd. And we'll have another throw up.
You'll remember how short a time that these two groups have come together and trying to form that synergy. So there's always going to be a little bit of scrappiness early, but we've seen the game starting to open up now.
Garner, a good gather on the broadcast wing, shovels the handball off to White, hacked it towards half forward, but the Blues stand tall and win the opening term. They finish at quarter time at Icon Park, 10 points ahead of the Magpies. Come back and check in with Nerily Meadows. Thanks to Bob James T-Marts. Get the special comments from Bolts, the stats from Two-Man, the thoughts of Brownie. And we'll soak up more of this historic atmosphere from Icon Park. Carlton leading the Pies. AFL Women's is alive. 10-point lead to the Blues at quarter time. Thanks to McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter was brought to you by Beaumont Tiles.
For McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
On Monday,
it's all happening here.
Ed's desk fires up for the first time in 2017.
This is massive.
With one of the biggest names in the world.
And this is going to be big. Who is playing live from Eduardo's desk on Monday?
Ed Sheeran.
Hey, this is Ed Sheeran. Don't miss Ed Sheeran live from Ed's desk.
Not only a great fellow, but one of the top international artists in the world. Ed Sheeran live in the Triple M studio.
Triple M's Hot Breakfast, everything Melbourne, back Monday from 6.
Hello. This week only at National Tiles, we've got 30% off all magnificent Timberlook floor tiles. Yes, absolutely no exceptions. If you want the effect of a real timber floor without fading, scratching, staining and denting, you can't go past National Tiles' magnificent Timberlook floor tiles. And this week only, save 30% off across the board. So rush into a National Tiles store near you or go to nationaltiles.com.au now.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Carr-Gregg for the Family Peace Foundation. The quantity and quality of both yours and your children's sleep is vital to your family's well-being. Yes, the quantity and quality of sleep you all have will greatly influence your family's happiness and well-being. To find out more, go to the Family Peace website or Facebook page now and view our short video on the positive effects of sleep on your family. Family Peace. It's in their smiles.
The Screaming Jets know how to rock Oz audiences. Catch only a handful of high-voltage shows and a set list mixing old and new that will not disappoint. The Chromozone Tour, live. Friday, Feb 10, York on Lilydale. Saturday, Feb 11, Commercial Hotel, South Morang. The Screaming Jets, Oz Rock at its best. Get tickets now from the venues or Moshtix. Live at yourlocal.com.au.
The Lowdown. Around town. Get the best seat at Crown for Super Bowl 51. Live at Crown Bet Sports Bar. See all the action from 9:30am Monday, Feb 6. Supercharge your Super Bowl at Crown. crownmelbourne.com.au. The Lowdown. Thinking about renovating your backyard? Now's the time. The Spaza Pool, Spa and Outdoor Living Expo is making a splash on this Friday to Sunday at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. Kids free. spazashow.com.au. The Lowdown. Hire a Hubby, Australia's leading handyman business, has great franchise opportunities for all you DIY legends. And right now you can receive a $125k first year income guarantee. Details at hirehubby.com.au. The Lowdown. Around town.
Join us this weekend at Chadstone for Lunar New Year festivities, including your chance to enter the Chamber of Luck, where there's $15,000 in luxury prizes to be won. We're open until 9pm Friday and Saturday and 7pm Sunday.
This is a decade in the making. This is man versus machine. This Friday night with Ladbrokes, you'll get $1.80 for Green to beat Mundine in Adelaide. Ladbrokes, up for the challenge since 1886. Maximum bet $50. T's and C's apply. See ladbrokes.com.au for details. Gamble responsibly.
The footy's on the radio.
For McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter is brought to you by Exetel NBN. The speed you need.
Blues and the Pies, AFL Women's, and it's a 10-point lead to the Blues, 3 straight to 1-2-8 before we get the thoughts of Jude Bolton, Nathan Brown and Ash Chua. Let's go downstairs. A lot's happening during the quarter-time break. Nerily Meadows, Bob Jane T-Marth, Nez.
If people think that we were kidding when we said it was packed to the rafters here at Princess Park, well, we're not. The CEO of the league has just announced that the gates have been officially closed. I repeat, the gates have been officially closed. They cannot physically fit any more people into this ground. That's the excitement levels here. The CEO, Gillan McLaughlin, has apologised to everyone outside, just saying, I hope you understand. So let's admit it was a good move to move it from Collingwood to Carlton, but maybe we should have moved it all the way to Etihad, boys.
Thanks, Nez. Give us some numbers, two-man, and then get the thoughts of Bolts and Brownie before we get the second term underway.
Number 1 ranked player, Swatter Vesio, 3 disposals and a couple of majors. Leading ball winners for the Blues, Brazzali 6 touches, Davey 5, Exon 4, and for the Magpies, Darcy 4, Hutchins 4. Moana Hope, just the 2 handballs yet to hit the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was a sensational battle around the stoppages. Only 4 entries to both sides inside the forward 50. So it was that battle around the midfield. But then when they broke open, it was Carlton who just got in there. They got clean ball, clean entries, and Vesio that one out at times on Nicholas Stevens, and they ran at kicking efficiency 71%. Just felt down the other end for the Pies. It was just a little bit more crowded. We know Moana Hope's up there, Jasmine Garner as well, and Darcy as well. But they just need to work a little bit better. They're getting numbers back, Carlton, in front of their targets. So they just need to work through. There's a few loose options when Collingwood went inside their forward 50. They need to look a little bit wider.
Big tick to the Blues coaching staff and the way they've implemented the game plan, Carlton, because they're able to identify that Moana Hope is going to be the target more often than not. So they were able to get the bigger girls, like Alison Downey, back behind the footy. Brianne Moody was 180 centimetres, took a couple of marks in front of Moana Hope. Then they turned the ball back the other way. So Collingwood need to find some options just outside 50 rather than blasting it in like they are at the moment.
It's a great time for the players, Bolts, but also an exciting time for the coaches of the respective 2 teams tonight also, Nez.
Yeah, that's right. For Carlton, leading them is Damien Keeping, and for Collingwood, it's Wayne Seekman. A wonderful opportunity for both of those men and all 8 coaches across the league. Wayne Seekman was brilliant this week when we spoke to him, just so emotional and so proud of the girls. All of the coaches just talk about how much they are invested and how much they just hang on every single word. They're just loving being out there and being an elite league. And great news for Carlton as well. The skipper, she's a tough one, Lauren Arnell. She got those ribs checked out and she's starting out there in the middle for this second quarter. So that is fantastic news because, as we know, it's not just an important game tonight, but it's a very short competition. So broken ribs wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah, well done, Nez. Thanks to Bob Jane T-Marts. We're just getting more information through that the reason why the venue has closed the gates is with regards to crowd safety. This is packed in here at Icon Stadium. The AFL have been followed, or they have followed the orders or instructions of the police, so they're worried about the numbers coming in here, which is a great result. But I've never been to a game of footy, and I've been involved for over 25 years, where the CEO has got up and made a public announcement to thank the number of people that have come in, but also to say it loudly enough that it extends outside the ground and to apologise to everybody that's locked out. It's very unfortunate, but this is just the first of a number of games this weekend, so it's uncharted waters. Yeah, it is. All right, second term about to get underway. A 10-point lead to the Blues for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy.
Here we go in the second term. Time to rock and roll. Collingwood, a couple of players off the back edge of the square. Ball underneath the big pack. King goes in again. Where's Vesio? She can't get the ball out. Umpire comes in. Calls for a ball up again.
There's actually Alicia Ever sitting off the front for Collingwood. She was actually a free man inside forward 50.
Tap down, ground level, Audley can't get the ball out, umpire comes in, calls for another ball up. A lot of numbers around the footy. No easy kicks, no easy handballs. It was the same thing when the first quarter started. Ball up again. King couldn't get the ball down, umpire picks out a free kick. It's going to go to the Blues. Too high. So the ball comes out to Audley. Right foot, short ball, finds the target, did nicely for Loynes. One way, then the other. Right foot ball inside forward 50. Front of the pack, no one going there. Free kick maybe to Collingwood, wasn't paid. Wild sort of handball, centre half back. Here go the Pies. They've got the run of the ball now through Benici.
Yep, just pumps it long with a high speculator. Bouncing ball towards half back. Broadcast side, Blues have numbers. Plenty of them. Handball goes back. And a careful kick round the corner. But the Magpies
sat under the high ball.
Underneath the high ball, seem to have all the answers. And Alicia Eva takes the mark right in front of the Blues bench. Spearing, chipping ball. Garner have liked her opening term, Two-Man.
4 touches, 1 mark.
Garner, long ball. Blues with numbers back again. Fist goes into a dangerous area. The Pies have got the run of this one. Can't pick the footy up. Darcy's in there. Goes back in hard. The Blues get the ball out through Addard. Slams on the boot. Now it's a foot race. Out the other side. Audley's going to get there first. Shankissi pick it up. 2-on-1. The Pies are going to win out with numbers. Handball comes back towards Casey. She looks up. Blues players everywhere. Lay the tackle. Holding the ball. It's been the best part of the Blues game so far. It's been their tackling. And they'll take the free kick at halfback.
Yeah, and a little bit of argy-bargy after the free kick was paid. So the Blues will play on off halfback. Chipping ball towards the outer wing. No mark is taken. Pies have numbers. Handball misses the target, and the intended one was Morgan. The ball bobbles around, and now it's just pinned in underneath the pack, just on the outer logo. So we'll have it thrown up early stages of the second term. A 10-point lead to the Blues, 3 straight to 1-2, and that's all on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
You can see how important it is, the ball handling first up. You've got to be able to take it clean. It just gives you time just to think your way through it and execute your skills.
Beautiful Friday night in Melbourne. About 26 degrees. Sun just going down over the old Robert Heatley stand, and women's footy is alight. Ball up. Half forward for the Blues. Audley couldn't take it with her. Going in hard. Underneath there was Kerrick. Couldn't pick it up. And the ball comes in. Umpire calls for a ball up again on centre wing. Outer side. Icon Park. The city side.
Blues have got 2 sitting behind the footy now. Natalie Plain and Laura Addard at the moment.
What's the Mosho had so far, Two-Man?
A couple of handballs.
All right, so a sharking kick from Eva. Pumps it inside 50, but the Blues have numbers back. There's Addard. Chips the ball over the top. It'll pitch at half back. Wasn't a particularly good kick. She's got support. The big fan. Bullocking work by Davey. They get it free. The charging run off half back from Plain. Works it towards half forward. Great mark. Terrific hands. Contested mark. And numbers obscured at the moment. Yep, Vesio. She's been terrific in the opening term. She drops it long, 15 out from goal. No goal, no mark, nothing at the moment. Charging through at pace. Good work by Lucas Rod. Round the corner. But filling in the hole is King, who takes a relieving mark.
Left foot high ball. Had to sit underneath it out there was Benici. Umpire comes in and pays a free kick.
She's an excitement machine, Vesio, isn't she?
She certainly is. She's lit up this right foot across the goal they're defending. So the Pies got a bit of room on the outer side. One of those players out there is Edwards. Long ball. She's only got one target. That's Darcy. Ball sits nicely for her. Short ball into the middle's a good one. Casey. Here you go. The Pies. Right foot ball is poor though. And there's only Blue players back there. And they'll pick up the easy ball and a short one, and they'll get out of trouble at half-back.
Yeah, you're just starting to work the loose man free here too. Bolt's doing it quite comfortably, the Blues. Kennedy dropped the mark, gives the handball back. Davey measures the kick. Nice patient delivery of the ball. And the mark is taken by Kerrick. Goes towards half forward. Good spoil. And Vesio into everything at the moment. Clearly the best player on the ground. Ball spills free. Slick handball to Roden. That came quickly from White. But Roden had nowhere to go, and the Blues prize it free again.
They'll go forward again. Kick. Hard ball indoors. Exxon. Bouncing ball. Blues are on here. Running to 20. Running to 30. And just missing. On the outer side, that was Hosking. Gee, they move the ball quickly, Bolts. Just 3-2, 3-1-19 and 1-2-8. Blues in front.
Just the hands from the Blues around that congestion. As soon as that ball hits the deck, they've just got clean hands. They execute well and they get it forward.
So Pies just weathering a storm at the moment. Roden, the ball carried well. The sister of the dancing David Roden. She played in last year's Legends game and gave us a snapshot of her ability. And it was on show there. Pies desperately under pressure. Broadcast wing. Putting their body over the line was Grant. She got clobbered for her work.
She's been living in the US for 7 years, teaching college basketball over there, the younger sister of David Roden.
There you go. So Grant is still down. The trainers come out. So just give us the stats wrap. Full score, please, Two-Man. Triple M Exetel scoreboard, and then the Triple M stat.
So Blues by 11 points, and it's the kicking efficiency. Carlton still leading the way significantly. They're going at 70%. Collingwood only at 52. And the tackle numbers, we've already racked up 55 combined, and we've only played 6 minutes into the second quarter.
Vesio would have the Brownlow votes wrapped up so far. I'm not sure what the medal is in this league at the moment. I'm sure it's not the Brownlow, but she's very...
This stop in play, though, has just allowed Carlton to slide back at the moment. Plenty of numbers. Roden's just taking the footy. She's
head down and narrowly. Bob Jane T-Mart.
It's Emma Grant from Collingwood, who's just looking a little groggy, boys. It's taken her quite a while to get to her feet. She's having to be aided from the field, so you'd think that maybe her night is done. And just an update on Carlton as well. Natalie Plain, who is the WBBL staff for the Renegades, just getting her left ankle looked at the moment. She's got the boot off and the medical staff are looking at her.
Well, here go the Blues again. Kennedy got a short ball to Jacobson. Right foot to centre half forward. Dangerous position. The Pies overrun the footy. Get a quick kick back, but the Blues will pick the footy up again. Right foot ball inside forward 50. One-on-one target. Vesio's there again. I tell you what, she's a star, but she's put this one out of bounds on the full, and a free kick will go to the Pies. Everywhere there's excitement, Vesio is at the moment.
She hits the front of that pack so clean, just quick. It just gives her an opportunity to slide back out and have a snapshot there.
Don't have to wait too long to work out one of the stars. Vesio is going to be one for the Women's AFL League. King in front. Couldn't find the target. Blues lost a handle on the ball. That was Jacobson. Pies desperately. Can they get Mo into the game? She's only had a couple of handballs, as Chu said, so far in the match. Blues get it free again. A handball out the back to Gillespie Jones. Can have a shot. No, gives one away. Good pressure from the Pies. It's been enormous and unrelenting, but a relieving bouncing ball towards the Mo Show. Can she keep it in? Tracks it towards the broadcast wing. The Blues did really well. Good composure, good skills, good footy all round.
He did really well on that occasion. Was Hardiman, who's playing on Moana at the moment. Centering ball, danger, but the Blues stood up nicely and took the mark. In trouble now. That's holding the ball. Good tackle from the Blues. Pies are out everywhere here. Casey will be the one to get it. Throws it back now. So she's got a couple of options. Short ones. Moana Hope just ducking back inside 50. Terrific play. Terrific defence by Exon for the Blues. And they'll get out of trouble again on the outer side to Kerrick.
Yeah, great courage, because Exon was the smaller player going against Moana Hope. The bouncing ball will be picked up by the Magpies. Caitlin Edwards can reload. Lower the vision. Stabs the kick. Got a teammate 55 out from goal. Pies desperately need to kick a goal. They kicked the opening goal, but since then they've conceded 3. And the Blues will get numbers back. So it's a 3-quarter kick towards the top of the goal square. Carlton with numbers. They'll mop up quickly. Good tackling pressure by Loins. Blues not out of trouble yet. A scrubby kick, an educated kick towards the boundary line. King lays the body on. Nice contested footy. Blues unrelenting. Davey has a crack. Feeds the handball out to Kerrick. They're away.
Gillespie Jones, left-hand handball to the outer side. Here's Jacobson. Just goes backwards. Holds the footy up a bit. Loins. Right foot ball towards the wing. Going back with courage again with Gillespie Jones. And it's fisted out of bounds. That was a big hit. Boundary throw in centre wing.
Sensational work from Nicola Stevens. She's just very good at intercepting, marking, and just found a bit of gap to come across and get the spoil in.
So the Blues 3-1 to 1-2. They lead by 9 points. Second term. It's on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard. And here's the skipper on a barnstorming run trying to lift her team, Kiyoshi, but she fell over. Some friendly fire. High ball off the boot of Lucas Wright. It goes inside the square. The Blues can't take the mark. Bouncing and dodging and buffeting off everybody was Exon. Feeds a handball. Standing in the way there on that occasion for the Pies was Livingston. And a free kick will go the Magpies' way.
That'll go to Caitlin Edwards, centre half back. So what's she got on offer? Good ball to in the middle of the ground. They can build from here, the Pies. Moana Hope goes one way then the other. The ball's high, so she has to stop. And Prop did really well. She brought the ball down to Darcy. Ground level. Darcy needs to find a target. She does now. Pies go forward. Roden at centre half forward. Can't take the mark. Basketball type jump was nice. She brought it down to her player in front, but the Blues will mop up again. Right foot ball. Now it's a foot race. The only one out there is a Collingwood player, and she'll pick it up with Ames Barden, and they'll go back inside 50. No, they won't. The Blues did really well. Put pressure on. Barden goes back in. Ball free. Half ball for the Pies.
King tries to flick a handball out to Stevens. Couldn't find a handball quickly or cleanly. Stevens will go again, but the handball was just out of her reach, and the Blues had numbers. Quick handball from Gillespie Jones. Only as far as Kiochi. What can the skipper do? Tries to lift her team. Squares the ball. Centers the kick. Logo. Good courage from the Blues. Nice zoning defence.
Nice work by Arnell as well. Got the handball into space. Now she's in trouble.
She stepped through a ball.
Last just put it inside forward 50. Blues have got the numbers on. Right hand handball. Vestio's got another one. She's kicked 3. She was a recipient of unbelievable work at half back by Sarah Last, who ran through 2 players. Then got the ball forward, and Vesio has 3 on the board. The Blues 4-1-25, Collingwood 1-8. That's all on Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
I tell you what, that's a replay, fellas. Sarah Laster, she's coming off the half-back line, and every teammate got around her because she hit that ball at serious pace, broke through about 3 tackles, and that's when it opened up from there. They just needed to execute from there, the Blues, and did they what? They got it to their star.
Let's go downstairs. Nerily Meadows, Bob Jane T-Mart's Nez.
Boys, I tell you what, the atmosphere at ground level is just phenomenal. But a bit of an injury update. Emma Grant from Collingwood has gone down with the doctor to get a bit of a concussion test, and I'll have more for you on Natalie Klein as well. She's getting that left ankle strapped and worked on.
Vesio's got 3, a star in the making if she's not already. Blues lead by 17. They get a free kick. And it will go to Bazali.
Every ball in from Collingwood's been quite high as it enters in. It's just given the Blues a chance to defend. It just need to lower their eyes, find a target on the entry.
Ball comes towards the outer half-back flank. No mark taken by Gillespie Jones. There's another go at Roden. Ball is wrapped up and we'll have it thrown up left half forward flank. Pies kicking to the left of your radio dial. And the Blues have been sensational. They conceded the opening goal. They trailed by 7 points, but since then they've kicked 4, 3 off the boot of Vesio.
The Pies go forward towards half forward. Blues got numbers again. They've done this all day, but it comes back out to the Pies now. Long ball towards full forward. Foot race on. Blues get back in numbers and push it across for a rush behind down there. Good movement by the Pies then. First real movement forward for a long time. Collingwood 1-4-10. Carlton 4-1-25. 15-point margin on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Hardiman short. Teammate Davey chips the ball out wide. Nice movement of the ball. But a mark was dropped. Ball goes out of bounds and we'll have it tossed in. 60 around from the Pies goal out at half forward flank.
We spoke about the Blues hands around congestion, and they've had 29 handball receives. Collingwood have only had the 11. They've just been able to use their teammates, bring them into the play, and open it up.
Big hit. Davey committed herself and got cleaned up on the way through. Pies get it inside 50 and a mark is taken down low. And the mark is taken by Jessica Cameron. Tight shot, a couple of metres in from the boundary line, 30 out from goal. And to state the obvious, they need this, trailing by 16 points in the shadows of half-time. Lights ablaze, Icon Park. Cameron has hit the post. 15-point margin now. Blues way, Nez.
Jess Cameron is an absolute superstar and one of the best kicks in the game, so I'm actually surprised she missed that. She kicked 6 in an exhibition game that I was working on last year on Fox Footy. She's a star in the cricket field as well, can hit a 6.
Danielle Hardiman to do the kicking in, left foot booming ball, gets outside 50, a great kick, but it goes straight to the Pies. And the mark taken by McIntosh. Waste no time, back towards the top of the square, big pack of players down there, and Hardiman, who for me, just behind Vesio, has probably been the best player on the ground, playing on Moana Hope at the moment, stands tall in the back end and takes a mark.
McIntosh has repelled a couple of times as the Blues have exited defensive 50. Just needs to drop and hit a target.
Drops it long. It's outside defensive 50 for the Blues. A terrific tackle on Kerrick by a couple of Pies. And the Mo Show hasn't produced enough, or sorry, I shouldn't say that, but hasn't produced much because, as Brownie said, Hardiman's performance thus far is very good. So the ball is thrown up. Pies just try to muscle it inside their forward 50. And not really going anywhere. A sea of players around it. We'll have it thrown up just outside the 50.
What are Moana's numbers so far, Chief?
Only the 2 handballs for the game.
Schwatter wants a lift out of Hope.
I'm not sure I said that, Brownie. She's nervous, and I can understand that.
Ball at half forward, and the Pies will get a free kick, so I hope will get a chance here. She circles around 50. The free kick's going to be taken by Barden. And she's going to have to kick this 55 metres right on half-time siren of the first women's game here. The score at the moment, 4-1-25 to 1-4-10, a 15-point lead to the Blues. And Harden is going to have to kick this from downtown. So from 55, comes in. Right foot balls, not going to get there, not going to score. So a very good opening half for the Blues. 4-1-25 to 1-4-10, a 15-point lead. The star of the first half has been Vesio. She has kicked 3 goals. It's all the Blues here at Icon Park in the AFL Women's League. And for McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter was brought to you by Exetel NBN, the speed you need.
For McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
All these Triple M listeners.
What's the bill, mate? What do you need help with?
Are back in the black.
The rate, Frank, the rate.
350. We can sort that for you.
We'll give you the $1,000 then, okay?
Thank you very much. I've got to pay my rent charge.
I will pay for you. Your Uncle Bill looks after you.
Oh, you got to give him $1,000.
Upload your bills now at triplem.com.au so we can sort them for you. Doesn't matter how much. Triple M's back in the black.
Oh, you're a champion. Triple M rocks.
We pay out more Monday. Great things happen with Triple M on at your work.
Now's the time to forget your excuses and recall your ambitions. To push past your doubts and find your answers. To set your goals and seize victory. Applications for Semester 1 2017 at Victoria University are closing soon. So why wait? Because with part-time study and recognition of prior learning, there's nothing holding you back. Visit vu.edu.au/start-now. Victoria University. Seize victory.
This is a call to arms. We need the sausage sizzlers, the charcoal champions, the spit roast superstars. If you can grill, you can give. This barbecue season, host an Oz Sizzle Barbie and raise money to help feed vulnerable Aussies. Every dollar raised for Oz Harvest this summer will create 2 meals for someone in need. Go on, legend. Step up to the hot plate and give back. Register your Barbie event at ozsizzle.com.au.
Right now, Toyota Material Handling is having a massive clear out of 2016 plated forklifts. Score a great deal across a selected range of new forklifts available for immediate delivery. Toyota Counterbalance Forklifts, electric pallet jacks, reach forklifts and more. You need it, Toyota Material Handling has it. And if it's 2016 plated, you get a great forklift deal. Hurry, the Toyota Material Handling 2016 plated forklift clear out won't last. Call 1-800-425-438 or hit toyotaMaterialhandling.com.au. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends March 31.
If you're digging for a living, here's what to do. Go to supergroups.com.au.
Supergroups is your #1 Kubota construction dealer. They're the specialists in mini construction equipment from 1 to 8 ton excavators. And right now, Supergroups have super low interest finance rates of 0% on the new Kubota wheeled skid steers. Plus, they're digging deep with ripper deals for 2017. Supergroups, Abbott Road, Hallam. Terms and conditions apply. Approved applicants only. 36 months interest free.
Supergroups.com.au.
Is a decade in the making. This is Man versus Machine. This Friday night with Ladbrokes, you'll get $1.80 for Green to beat Mundine in Adelaide. Ladbrokes, up for the challenge since 1886. Maximum bet $50. T's and C's apply. See ladbrokes.com.au for details. Gamble responsibly.
I'm a smart wife of a tradie because I insured my hubby with IMA. IMA truly are the tradies' mate. They tailored an insurance plan with additional covers and monthly premiums at no extra cost.
For the perfect public liability, tools and income protection policy at the best price. Before you pick up the tools, pick up the phone and call 1-800-284-627 or visit imar.com.au.
We're the tradies' mate. That's IMA.
The footy's on the radio.
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break is brought to you by McDonald's.
Welcome back to Icon Park. Halftime here between Carlton and Collingwood. The very first AFL women's game in front of a capacity crowd. Gates are locked. Unfortunately, people haven't been able to make their way in, as Nerily Meadows said in the preview. Women and a number of those ladies from the AFL administration openly crying. It's been an historic night so far, and at halftime the Blues lead 4-1-25 to 1-4-10. And there has been so much happening, and this lady who has joined the Triple M team for the first time tonight, and if the opening half is any indication, is going to be a star for us. Nerily Meadows, coming to you once again thanks to Bob Jane Teammates.
I just want to paint a picture for people listening in their cars and at home and wherever you may be. You've probably got an idea of what it looks like here at Icon at Carlton's home. They are packed to the absolute rafters. When I look up at the stairs, there are people standing on the ledges. When I look over to my left, there are people standing on the concrete barriers connecting the two lots of seats. There are people right next to the benches. There are people everywhere. They are overflowing. I even gave up my seat to someone on the boundary because they needed somewhere to sit. This is insane, guys. The atmosphere, the excitement, there are tears, as you said, and the rivalry is real. Let me tell you that. I was at the Collingwood launch on Wednesday night. Eddie Maguire had a video ready to go of all the highlights of people bashing each other between Collingwood and Carlton, and those girls were fired up, and I reckon we saw a fair bit of that in the first half.
Well done, Nez. Great start. That's all thanks to Bob Jane Teammates. 4-1-25 to 1-4-10. Carlton leading. And the star is Vezio with 3 goals. Two-man, work your way through some Triple M stats, and then we're going to hand it over to 325, two-time premiership star from the Swans, Jude Bolton.
Magpies 3 more inside 50s despite trailing by 15 points at half-time. The contested ball is even, but these are the positives for Carlton. Their kicking efficiency is 63%, Collingwood only at 53%, and their goal-scoring efficiency, I should say, the Blues tracking at 36%, Collingwood only at 7%, and the handball receives, as Bolts spoke about late in that second quarter, almost 3 times as many to the Blues, 29 to 11. Leading ball winners for Carlton, 11 to Davey, 8 to Brazzali. Arnold, the skipper, 7 possessions and a major. Vesio, number 1 ranked player on the ground, 6 disposals and 3 majors. And for the Magpies, Barden 8, Edwards 7, Darcy 6. The skipper, Chiocci, only the 4 touches, and Moana Hope, 2 handballs yet to hit the scoreboard. Swatter.
All right, nicely done, Two-man. Bolts.
Well, Wayne Seekman, coach of the Collingwood Football Club, he's got a few worries around the midfield for my mind. It's just they're getting smashed around there. Their ability to run and carry Carlton has just started to open them up. They're getting clean ball. Their run and carry. Their entries inside forward 50 to an open forward line. When you're forward and it's coming in quick and it's coming in clean, you just every chance to not only win the footy but to have that lead up and then turn around inside forward 50. But up the other end, he's Carlton have been able to clog the Collingwood forward line up, even though they've got some stars up there. Jasmine Garner, we talk of Sarah Darcy and of course Mo Hope. They just haven't had the space to be able to work together. They haven't had any lead-up football. It's just been blonked on their heads the whole time, and then Carlton have been able to either effective spoil, whether that's Brianna Davey or one of those down there, just to be able to force the spoil and come out. But I just love the attack on the ball from both sides. And we talk about Amelia Barden from Collingwood, Lauren Tesserero as well has been fantastic. But Sarah last run through the midfield, and we all sort of erupted when she broke off 3 tackles and drove it inside forward 50 for Carlton, but also Brianna Davey, as we mentioned, with some of the big spoils.
Well, for me, Schwatter and Bolts, Carlton look like they've got the better setup. They're folding numbers back. They look like they're set up to play football right now. Collingwood are still trying to find the way they're playing football. Look at the stats here. Davies had 12, Brazzali has had 8, and Arnell's had 7. They're all defenders. They're all getting behind the ball and getting easy footy out, and then they're getting the overlap ball as well. So Carlton really move the ball well from half back to half forward. They get on the run, and then Collingwood can't mow them down at the moment. So just so much better set up at the moment for Carlton is allowing them to have this 15-point lead.
Yeah, they just need to do something around the midfield, and it comes down to also executing when you've got the ball in hand. And we've seen a number of fumbles. It is a pressure atmosphere. We've got a packed house here at Icon Park, so that they just need to be clear and clean with the ball, and that gives you the best chance to then break away and then open it up. But certainly just Moana Hope as well as Jasmine Garner haven't really had that opportunity to have clean ball and a nice quick entry inside forward 50.
What about Vesio? I mean, unbelievable stats here. 6 kicks for 6 disposals. Hasn't bothered to handball it. And why would you bother to handball it when you're that good inside forward 50? Schwatter. Contested possessions for 3 goals straight. 83% effectiveness by foot. She is a star.
Well, I think it's a pace, but the way she reads the football is just sensational. She hits the front of the pack, but then she's up and about and getting back involved as well. So it's that second and third efforts, which is what we all cry out for from any footballer, is that ability to just stay involved in the game.
All right, it's halftime here at Icon Park. It's a beautiful sunset. Melbourne at its spectacular best. And that seems fitting because this is the first AFL women's game. Carlton leading the Magpies at the main change. 4-1-25, 1-4-10 for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break was brought to you by McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy.
These guys.
Hey, it's Karaoke.
Brett Lee.
Brad Haddon.
HG. Gussie Walland. Mick Malloy. G'day, it's JB. Want to thank you for making Triple M's call of the Test cricket over summer #1 in Melbourne.
You'd be up polishing your balls all night. I hope that's not a euphemism.
And we want to remind you, the Ashes is coming up in a few weeks. Well, to be fair, around 40-something weeks, but who's counting?
That's Mick Malloy who might have wandered in, Mickey. This is as sober as I've ever been at the cricket.
The new home of the Ashes series in 2017.
From the Triple M CG.
This is Triple M.
Is a decade in the making. This is Man versus Machine. This Friday night with Ladbrokes, you'll get $1.80 for Green to beat Mundine in Adelaide. Ladbrokes, up for the challenge since 1886. Maximum bet $50. T's and C's apply. See ladbrokes.com.au for details. Gamble responsibly.
I'm Adam from Heineken, and this is the new lower calorie, lower carbs, great tasting Heineken 3. Here at Heineken, we're so confident you're going to love the taste of our new beer, we're letting you try it risk-free. Buy a 6 or 12 pack by March 4, and if you don't love the taste, we'll give you your money back. Heineken 3. Lower calories, lower carbs, great taste. For all the T's and C's, head to haveitall.beer. Enjoy responsibly.
When you download Radio app, it'll put a smile on your face. Now every station you know and love is in one easy place. Yeah, I know you got a radio, but it's sitting in your kitchen. I mean, what use is that in habitats more akin to fishing? So go on, download Radio app and take off anywhere. Because across the nation, your favorite station will accompany you there. Radio app, your radio wherever you are. Download from the App Store or Google Play.
Can your old mobile do some good? At Mobile Muster, it can. Old mobile phones can now help deliver a meal to a person in need across the country. Until the end of February, every mobile recycled with Mobile Muster means we'll donate the value of a meal to Oz Harvest, Australia's leading food rescue organisation. Drop off your old mobile and accessories at all major phone retailers. Find your nearest drop-off location at mobilemuster.com.au or grab a free recycling satchel at any AusPost store.
This is Gorilla Ladder's Climb Safe Guide. It only takes a few moments to check your ladder's critical areas, a small price to pay to avoid potential injury. First, check for feet wear at the bottom, then check for any bends or cracks. Finally, check the stability of the entire ladder. If your ladder needs replacing, trade it in during February at Bunnings and receive $50 off any new industrial Gorilla worth over $199. So climb safe with Gorilla Ladders and Bunnings Warehouse. Conditions apply.
The Screaming Jets know how to rock Oz audiences. Catch only a handful of high voltage shows and a set list mixing old and new that will not disappoint. The Chromozone Tour, live. Friday, Feb 10, York on Lilydale. Saturday, Feb 11, Commercial Hotel, South Morang. The Screaming Jets, Oz Rock at its best. Get tickets now from the venues or Moshtix. Live at yourlocal.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
For McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy. This quarter is brought to you by Beaumont Tiles.
Yeah, welcome back to Icon Park as the Pies come out looking for a better second half because they trail the Blues at the moment by 15 points, 4-1-25 to 1-4-10. And the star in the opening half of women's footy is Vesio with 3 goals. Bolts and Two-Man have been working. I tell you what, have they just brought their A game, and that's probably worthy for the girls' first game because they have worked feverishly in that break to come up with a little nugget.
Oh, well, look at this, boys. We're just delving in. Obviously, we know how well Carlton have flooded back in defence, but you look at them up against the forward line of Collingwood, and they've taken 9 intercept possessions compared to only 2 from Collingwood. They've had 10 more uncontested possessions to only 4 from Collingwood. They're absolutely smashing them in that defensive half, and that's giving them the springboard out of there, Swatter.
I was going to say
stats of the year.
Stat of the year.
have changed their layout, and it's really thrown Ash during the first
and
half.
he doesn't
I didn't
like
hear
change
much from him, and it's a beautiful layout, but it's different.
When he went from primary school to secondary school, it took him 3 years to adjust, and nicely covered off, Bolt.
He's a man set in his ways. He's a man set in his ways. You can see he's a little bit rattled. He's been in the cricket mode.
Anything else that you'd like to add so far, Ash? You've been eerily quiet so far.
I'm not just feeling my way with the new system here, but it's going to be rocking Triple M football, no doubt. This new stats package that we've got layout, as we said. But the atmosphere here is unbelievable. And guys, great calling as well in the first half. Excellent
very good
stuff.
Thank you very much. Let's go down to the other member of our Triple M call team tonight. She has done a magnificent job. Very exciting, very emotional. Nez?
I am still very emotional. This is a packed house, as we've mentioned. We think it's about 23 to 25,000 people that fit inside this ground, so that is a big, big tick for the AFLW. First up, a bit of an injury update for Collingwood. Emma Grant spent the last part of that half down in the rooms with the doctors. She has rejoined the girls, though, for the warm-up for the second half, so that is good news. Hopefully that means she has been cleared of concussion. And Natalie Plain from Carlton, we're waiting to see whether she takes any further part in this game, had her left ankle looked at. You may remember her. She took a bit of a screamer as a Renegades player in the W Big Bash a couple of weeks ago. So that's what she's best known for, but she is transferring those skills to the footy field, so they'll be hoping that she's certainly fit to play out this game.
Hey, Nez, pardon the pun, but the planets have aligned. Could you have asked for a better evening in Melbourne for the first game of girls footy?
No, I tell you what, as a West Aussie, Melbourne can put on some shocking weather, but they've pulled out the sunshine and not a cloud in sight tonight, so that is good to see.
All right, the second half about to get underway. Jude Bolton, the 325 game two-time premiership star from the Swans, the 2-day, 2-night-time statistician star from the Kangaroos. He's not confident about the Roos' chances this year. Either may slide deep into the bottom eight. Nathan Brown, the 220 game legend, just a silky skill mover, back with Triple M. Nerily Meadows and myself, Wayne Swass. That's your Triple M call team, and we will continue to rock footy in 2017. Second half about to get underway. Blues lead by 15, and Brown is going to take it away.
Blues by 15 for 125. Pies at 1-4-10. As we said, Vesio has been the star in the first half with 3 electrifying goals. He works at Carlton midweek, 3 days a week. She's a graphic designer. Only 22 years of age, Vesio. She has got the football world at her feet. She is going to be the buzz tomorrow. The papers are going to light up with Vesio. And the Blues at the moment are beating the old enemy by 15 points.
Starts with Emma King. She's got to get up here. Give them first use, the Pies.
She does that first up, but the win was by Carlton. Arnell couldn't quite pick the footy up. Ball ground level in the middle of the ground umpire. She circles. She's going to come back and she's going to ball it up. So Loins in the middle. Had a fair bit of the ball, Loins.
Second
Ash
touches.
just works through his new system. Hasn't quite mastered the new system yet, Ash. Another ball up. Umpire just lets it go. Ball pops out. Opportunity here. Knocked forward for the Pies. Just at half-back for the Blues. Couldn't quite pick the ball up on that occasion. Was Brown, but now Loins. She's been clean all night. Handball out towards Jacobson. Tried to step through. Couldn't. Big clash of bodies on that occasion. Garner went in. She's hard. She's tough. She's already kicked the goal, but the umpire comes in and calls for a ball up. A lot of stoppages in this game.
Yep. So if you're just joining us at quarter time, unprecedented, Gillum McLaughlin, the AFL CEO, thanked everybody who turned up and got in, but also apologised to everybody who wasn't able to get in because the police said you're at capacity and it's a safety issue now. So the Blues get it free off half-back and they drive it towards the outer half-forward flank in front. Nice mark, good set of hands. The Pies will need to reload. Generate something off half-back. King, the big ruckman, loped along, couldn't take the ball. Mopping it up, though. Here's a chance for the Magpies. Charging off half-back. It'll be the run of McIntosh.
She got it from Kiochi. Right football towards half-forward. Just puts it out in front. Gives her teammate an opportunity down there. That was Darcy, but the ball just kept drifting out of bounds. We'll have a throw in half-forward for the Pies at the Robert Heatley stand end.
Darcy just looking a bit of razzle-dazzle there. Went for the one hand. Just needed to take it clean, then turn her inside out.
Bit of showboating down there, Jude.
Just keep it alive.
Some good skills, some good players on show tonight. And an early whistle. Ball was thrown in.
This is where they need to move. They're
Called
just
McIntosh's name before, Bolts. Nez, you've got a little bit of something on McIntosh for us?
Yeah, she's 37 years of age, one of the oldest in the comp. She's a silver medalist in the Commonwealth Games in javelin in 2002 and even represented Australia in bobsled at the Winter Olympics in 2010.
Fantastic. A lot of these girls multi-talented at a number of sports. The Blues Try to mop it up. Last. Wrapped up in a good tackle, and she's been pinged for holding the ball, so the Pies will reload. Pumping it inside 50. Cameron. Hope.
Oh, here she is.
The Mo-show. A shot on goal is wide to the near side. That would have got her into the game, and the Pies back into the game. But unfortunately, they're behind.
Love the body work though. Just worked her opponent underneath Moana Hope and then just turned. She probably had a little bit more time to steady and shoot on goal.
She did. 14-point margin. Hardiman breathes a sigh of relief. Still got the clean sheet up against Moana Hope. Hard job tonight for Hardiman. She's done it really well. Blues to the outer side. The kick not great. Falls short. Mark taken by Garner. Takes a bit of time. Now looks up. What's she got to go to? Hope's one of those players. Gets over the back. She's there. She lays the tackle, but the Blues will pick the ball up. Loynes was there. Long kick to the outer side. Foot race on here. Pies player gets there first.
Good pace.
That's Edwards, but her kick's not great. It goes out of bounds on the full, and the Blues will take the ball just at the back of half back.
The Pies got that intercept mark on the half-back line, and they just needed to wheel around and get it in there. They've got to try and get an uncontested mark inside forward 50.
14-point margin on the Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
Kick not particularly good. The Pies just enjoying a couple of good minutes here. Intercept marks. That was Livingston. Centres the ball inside the square. King just stood there. Put a body on the line, didn't have to move. The Magpies force it free again. It's on the broadcast logo. Blues managed to get it back. Flicking handball out the back towards Gillespie Jones. But the charger, the skipper, Chiocci darts away. Gets the ball, chips it over the top to Garner. Couldn't take the pill. Tapped it into the path of McIntosh. She's short in stature but big in game. Pumps the ball long. Where's Hope? She goes for the ball. Couldn't take the mark. Then win the body. Pies need to wrap it up in search of their first goal. But they can't. The Blues stand tall in defence.
Numbers again for the Blues, and they clear the ball. Looking for Kennedy. Couldn't take the mark. Blues butter up again. Gillespie Jones ground level. She's a tall girl, but she gets in under and does the job of a small player. And the umpire circles. I reckon she's going to pull this one up. She does. Just on the attacking side of the centre for the Pies, who have lifted in this third term. Only been able to add the two behinds there. 1-5-11. Carlton 4-1-25. 14-point margin to the Blues.
King over the top. A lot of players around the pill. Tapping the ball forward, Gillespie Jones, but the Pies get numbers back. Can they get some reward for the hard work? Driving ball from Livingston, standing start. Mark is taken by Darcy. Where's the Mo show? One out, wants it long. In that direction, she's coming up, but good courage. Gutsy decision in the end. And the Blues repel, and that was a terrific mark by Alison Brown in the hole.
It was dangerous kick across the face of goal. Pies have got 3 on 1 out here and bring the ball back inside forward 50, but nobody's there. Only Carlton players. They track the ball back towards the back pocket. Couple of numbers out there. They'll look forward towards centre wing, and they're going out there towards Vesio. 1-on-1, uses the body, gets over the back. Vesio's got the pace, she's got the wheels, she's got the style. She's kicked 3 goals already. She bounces it and doesn't come back. Puts herself under pressure now, gets back in, picks the footy up, right foot ball inside forward 50, no mark taken. Big clash coming up here, bang! Couldn't quite go with the footy there. Blues keep working. Ball at ground level. Pies under pressure. Standing up. And now they'll get out of trouble. Kick smothered off the boot. Comes back to the Blues. Numbers around this footy. The Pies are just defending desperately, and they finally get a clear and kick away.
Yeah, good kick by McIntosh. Charging at the ball was Bernardi. Ball goes out of bounds. When you walk away from this, Bolts, it may not be a high-scoring game of footy. But make no mistake, in 2.5 quarters, they are very physical football players.
Oh, the competitiveness, the intent of both teams has just been phenomenal tonight. And it's been all Collingwood this quarter, 5 inside 50s to 1. Their defensive game has been very, very much lifted.
1-5 to 4-1 Blues way, 14-point lead. They've got it inside their forward 50, but the Pies have certainly lifted. Be great for their confidence to get a bit of scoreboard reward. Moana Hope getting into the game. With some touches in this third term. The ball is tied up. We'll have it thrown up. 48 out from the Blues goal. Let's go downstairs. Bob Jane T-Marts. Nez.
Just confirmation that Collingwood's Emma Grant is done for the evening. She's got the blanket across the lap and is out with signs of concussion. And also Carlton only have 5 on the bench at the moment. I believe it's Natalie playing with that left ankle who hasn't re-emerged in the second half. Also, Gillian McLaughlin, the CEO of the AFL, went outside and addressed the angry fans who have missed out on getting inside. Apparently there were chants of you should have sent it to Etihad, and he conceded. I know.
Nice work down to the boundary for Nerily Medals by Bob Jane T-Marts. Ball at half back for the Pies. Pick it up. They've got a couple of numbers here. One of those is Benici. Handball over the top, looping sort of ball. Came to Cameron. She's been good tonight, Cameron, but this one she can't control and goes out of bounds through the efforts of Gillespie Jones, who's been in everything tonight. Catherine, she's from Seaford, and she's probably in the Blues top 5 so far tonight. She's been very good behind Vesio, and I think probably the other one that's really impressed me tonight's been Hardiman.
Yep, Brownie just giving out his votes. Normally goes to the special comments man, Jude Bolton. But anyway, good to have you back, Brownie. And a handball from Davey is good. The Blues have players away. The kick will go from Exon. Good pressure from behind, though. Carlton have more numbers free. Nice pick-up off the half volley. That was Jacobson. Feeding handball over the top. Here's a chance. Exon again continues to run. Davey wants a piece of a bouncing ball. 48 out. Paddles it to herself. She's under a bit of pressure. Good work by the Pies.
Did really well defensively. They're holding up in this third term. Jude Bolton, they've lifted. They had the ball inside forward 50 a few times. They've had to defend well. Now they need to score.
Yeah, this is exactly right. They've lifted again, the Blues. Obviously, Collingwood had raised their level of game, but the Blues, just a run of the hands there, just tried to open them up.
Ball up on 50. Blues in attack where the boundary meets the 50 and just goes out of bounds or ball up just inside the boundary line, and the umpire will come in and ball it up again. 14-point margin still. Carlton 4-1-25. The Pies are 1-5-11 as the ball up takes place. A lot of players around this pill. Shuffled backwards. Hardiman's in there also. Ball kicked off the ground. Tracking that ball back was Jacobson. Couldn't pick the footy up, but Darcy was really clean for the Pies at centre half back, and she goes for a run.
Yep, kick over the top of Hope. She doubles back, but she's got two Blues. She beats them both, spins out of one, past the other. Tries to shovel a handball out, missed the target. Good defensive work by Carlton, getting numbers back. Steady the ship. The kick was partly smothered. Bounce into the path of Jacobson. Had some time. Lowered the vision. Chips it to half forward. Vesio beat in everything. Well held. Squeezed the handball. Got it over to Exon, who's getting busy. Pumps it inside 50. Almost a good mark by the Pies defenders. Blues are desperate inside their forward 50. Collingwood get it free, but maybe they're back under pressure again. They are. Jacobson
couldn't handle the pill, got tackled, ball spills free, still inside Carlton's forward 50. Collingwood appealing for holding the ball, nothing doing. Umpire comes in and calls for a ball up.
Got a player down there behind this stoppage right there, just holding a left arm.
Yeah, one down here for the Pies. Hosking tries to pick it up. Need to take advantage of this Blues. They got one extra around the ball. Ball comes to White for the Pies. Chiocci, who's been very good, hands it off. She'll get it back, the old 1-2. Doesn't get it back. McIntosh had a fumble. Now gets it back. In trouble. Tries to get back to McIntosh. Tackled as she kicks the ball away. Picked up by Jacobson. Can't go anywhere. Ball underneath the pack. Umpire calls for a ball up.
All right, let's go down to Nerily Meadows. Bob Jane teammates. Nez, the Pies have an injured player coming off.
Yeah, I can't tell who it is at the moment, but it looks in a bad way. It's Livingston, is it? And she's looks like she's hurt her left shoulder. She's in a fair bit of pain as the doctors come to the bench now with her.
It's been a tough game.
That's the physicality we've seen all night, though.
Charging run. Good work by Loyne. Scrubbed it towards Vesio. Gives the handball off to a teammate, Lucas Rod. Shot on goal is in the book. Davies jagged another one. Persistent, unrelenting, aggressive footy by the Blues. And they get their fifth. Davey gets her first. Brianna Davey gets her first goal in AFL women's footy. And the Blues 5-1-31 to 1-5-11. And that's all on the Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
Well, that's what they've been all night. It's just a lot cleaner with their hands and not fumbling. And Carlton were able to just get their two marquee players involved again. Vesio, clean, picked it up, gave the hands off. And Brianna Davey, a former Matildas goalkeeper, had that chance directly in front and drilled it into the legend stand here at Icon Park.
With the Blues' last four entries inside 50, Davey, leading ball winner on the ground, 17 disposals, and of course that major.
Blues by 20. Garner kicked the first for the Pies, and since then it's been all Carlton. 5-1-31. Collingwood 1-5-11 down towards half forward. Pies have got an option here. Small kick inside forward 50. Darcy takes the mark. Out towards Bernardi. Right foot ball's a sloppy one. Needs to bounce up. Pies still in with a chance here. Kicked in board by Garner. But a Blue is standing there waiting like they have all night. And take an easy mark. Numbers back bolts.
They've folded back really well in front of Moana Hope all night.
So the kick towards the outer half back flank. Chiocci went to ground. Blues keep it alive towards Vesio. Electrifying, lightly built player. Got 3 goals, got good skills, got composure, and looks a ready-made AFL women's football player. Had to do the defensive tackling on that occasion. It was a good one. Wrapped up her opponent. We'll have it tossed up between wing and half forward on the outer side. And right now the Blues on the Beaumont Tiles scoreboard, 5-1-31 to the Magpies, 1-5-11.
Pies need to get a move on here. Blues doing it well, do it comfortably. Got the star Vesio up the other end. The star for the Pies, Moana Hope, needs to get into the game. Can't quite do that at the moment. Ball at half back. Blues try to pick it up. Can't get there. Eva for the Pies. Runs over the footy. She's tackled. Tackling's been the thing of the night that's impressed so many people here. As we head down to the boundary, we're going to have a ball up for Bob Jane T-Marts, Nerily Meadows.
Just an update on Collingwood, Stacey Livingston. She's with the doctors at the moment. The good news is she's managing to lift that left shoulder above head height. So that is great news indeed. Doesn't look to be in too much pain as the doctor assesses her at the moment.
Well done, Nez. Bob Jane T-Marts. Pies get the free kick. And they'll pump it inside 50. More in hope. Player was in front. It was Grant. Couldn't take the mark. But may have got the free kick. And the Pies kick the opening goal of the game. In fact, it's Darcy. Sarah Darcy. 40 metres out. Left footer. Centres the ball towards Moana Hope. Good spoil from Hope. Tried to get it down to Roden. Hope went again. What can Roden do? Can she dance away out of trouble like her older brother could? Not on this occasion, because they wrap the ball up, the Blues defenders, along with Moana Hope, and we will have it thrown up. 30 out from the Blues goal, the Pies goal. Let's go downstairs. Nez again.
Just a quick update. Stacey Livingston has gone into the rooms with a physio. I suggest she's getting that left shoulder strapped.
The Pies, 30 metres out from the goals. Brazali, who's been everything so far, gets another possession, and the Blues clear. Out towards half back. No mark taken out there. Ground level comes Stevens for the Pies. Left footer. Back inside forward 50. No mark taken down there. White at ground level. Tried to pick it up. Can't go anywhere. Ball just bobbling around. The Blues have had the answers all night, and they do again. And they run the footy out towards the wing, and a really good mark taken out there by Jacobson, who started to come into this game in this third term.
Yeah, she had a terrific term, and the Blues will go forward again, getting it towards half forward, carries the pack, loose ball. Pies getting back desperately in numbers. Good use of the body by Garner. Got a goal in the opening half. She applies some good physical pressure again, can't prize it free. And the umpire scurries in, and we'll have it thrown up right half forward flank, outer side. Full scoreboard for Beaumont Tiles, 5-1-31 to 1-5-11. Beaumont Tiles, big 26% sale off is on now. T's and C's apply.
Blues, small ball forward, inside forward 50. Fisted away by the Pies down there. That was McIntosh. She's been very good. Scrambly ball towards half forward. Here's the man of the moment. Vesio, left foot across the body. She's got 4. How good is Vesio? 4 goals in a best-on-ground performance, and she has lit up Icon Park tonight. 6-1-37 the Blues, 1-5-11 Collingwood. It's a 26-point margin, and that's all on the Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
Well, there'll be a lot of people in this stand. This might be their first opportunity to see, AFL Women's Standard, and this is just, they'll walk away going Darcy Vesio. That's the name they'll walk away tonight, because she has been so clean. Her ability to get onto the left and just slot that there is just sensational.
4 goals to Vesio. Let's go down to get a bit more on this young lady. Nerily Meadows, Bob Jane T-Marts, Nez.
Well, she's actually a graphic designer who works at the club, and she had a part in designing the jumpers that the girls are wearing, as well as the scarves for the women's game. So she is a talented woman, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, and there are a lot of them on display, and there will be over the AFL women's season over the next few weeks. And the inaugural AFL women's season is underway, and the Blues are doing it nicely. 6-1-37 to 1-5-11. Just leading possession winners, please, Ash. It looks as though you want to say something.
No, Davey with 18 touches, leading ball winner, racking them up. Barden with 11, swatted Collingwood's last goal, 7-minute mark.
Thank you very much, Two-Man. 3-quarter time here, and the Pies may have another injured player inside the centre square, and it looks to be at this stage Roden. So unfortunately the news not good for Helen Roden. Let's hope it's okay. 3-quarter time here at Icon Park in front of a full house. Gates was shut before the end of the opening term. Carlton leads 6-1-37 to 1-5-11 for McDonald's. Triple M, Oxford.
This quarter was brought to you by Beaumont Tiles. For McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy. Ed Sheeran.
Hey, this is Ed Sheeran.
Has come a long way.
I started out not being able to sing, play guitar, or write songs, and now I make a living.
I love Ed Sheeran. And on Monday,
want to see me perform live?
He steps up to perform live from Eddie's desk.
He's unbelievable. I've got to get my breath. Take it, Brett.
Don't miss Ed Sheeran live from Eddie's desk on Monday's Triple M's Hot Breakfast.
Is a decade in the making. This is Man versus Machine. This Friday night with Ladbrokes, you'll get $1.80 for Green to beat Mundine in Adelaide. Ladbrokes, up for the challenge since 1886. Maximum bet $50. T's and C's apply. See ladbrokes.com.au for details. Gamble responsibly.
Give your boss the heads up. You ain't going to work on Feb 6 because you're hitting the biggest Super Bowl party in Australia.
At TGI Fridays, it's the Patriots and the Falcons live and loud.
Plus all the halftime entertainment and those famous ads. Do the Super Bowl right with an ice-cold Coors.
And TGI Fridays' new range of signature handcrafted wings, ribs, and burgers.
Monday, Feb 6 from 9 a.m. at all TGI Fridays across Melbourne. This event will sell out. Book now. TGIFridays.com.au.
Now there's a real alternative for business mobile phone plans. At Vodafone, get 6 gig bonus data each month on the $50 MyMix Red Data SIM-only 12-month plan. That's a total of 15 gig data each month. Switch today, and if you don't love us in 30 days, you can leave us with our network satisfaction guarantee. Chat with a business specialist in-store or call 1300 111 111 to become a ready business. Vodafone. Power to you. Min cost $600. Ends March 7. Data knows. Early exit fees and T's and C's apply. Guarantee for business customers with up to 9 connections in addition to your legal rights.
$20. It doesn't get you very much. You can't buy a TV for $20 or a laptop. You can't even get a monthly phone plan with enough data to watch cat videos. And you know how addictive they can be. But from just $20 a month, you can get $10,000 contents cover from someone you can trust with RACV Renters Insurance. For a quote today, visit us online, in-store or call 13RACV. RACV Renters Insurance issued by Insurance Manufacturers of Australia. Please consider the PDS. For a copy, call 13RACV.
This is a test. Are you ready? Too late. We've already started. It's a test to see if you're ready for the speed of Exetel NBN broadband. If you like to let a YouTube movie buffer while you go and have a wee, you may have to hold on, and Exetel NBN broadband may be too fast for you. But if you can hear me say Exetel have fast NBN broadband plans with unlimited data from just $54.99 a month, then you're ready. You are good. You're welcome. Terms online. Minimum cost $154.98. Available subject to qualification. Isn't it nice when the disclaimer parts are the same speed as the rest of the ad? Exetel NBN broadband. Unlimited data from $54.99 a month. No lock-in contract. Exetel.com.au.
G'day, Billy Brownless here. Don't miss the final to the TAB Summer of Glory Trots Carnival this Sunday night at Tabcorp Park, Melton. There's free entry, kids activities, DJ and top quality racing action including the Delree National AG Hunter Cup and the Pride's Easy Feed Great Southern Star, plus AFL stars Josh Jenkins and Mona Hope will be on course. So get yourself trackside or catch the action on Sky Racing or at your local TAB. Visit summerofglory.com.au. Love the summer, love the trot.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio! For McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter is brought to you by Exetel NBN. The speed you need.
It's been a great partnership and it does continue in 2017 for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy, and right now Icon Park, the Blues are rocking the Pies 6-1-37 to 1-5-11, three-quarter time, 1 to go. Let's go downstairs to the A-grade performer tonight in her debut for Triple M, Nerily Meadows.
Pretty good news for Collingwood at the moment. Stacey Livingston has emerged from the rooms and taken her part in the huddle for the Pies, and that left shoulder doesn't look like it'll hamper her too much for the rest of the game, which is good news. Helen Roden finished that quarter on her haunches, but once again she's up on her feet and joining that huddle, so that is great news. And a little bit of an interesting tidbit for you boys on Helen Roden. She's spelled R-O-D-E-N, and as our listeners may well know, that's different to how her big brother spells his name. He is R-O-D-A-N. Well, that was because of an error on the birth certificate.
Oh boy.
Very interesting.
That's Homewood. Well done, Nez. Give us some stats, please, Ash.
Well, number one ranked player. Vesio Brownie's main player for the evening. 11 possessions, 10 of those contested, 4 majors. Davey, leading ball winner with 18 disposals. And just the tackle count, 118 tackles, and it's only three-quarter time. The AFL average is 130 for an entire game.
And that's with 16 aside as well. So you're expecting it more open in that sense, but the attack on the ball and the intent we spoke about during this game has been fascinating. I've enjoyed the fact that Stephanie Chiocci is just trying to lift her team out there, and Darcy as well, but the Blues just look really strong through the midfield. They've been able to open them up at different stages and get that clean entry as we've spoken about.
Somebody in our office today asked me they noticed the spelling difference on the Rodens compared to David, and I said that's a Fijian culture thing, because I thought it was like a French thing where they go le and la, and that was my explanation, palming that off as that was gospel, and I've obviously just been corrected by Narrowly down on the boundary line for Bob Jones.
Fitted back in the box.
Effectively, Brownie guessed. Good to have you back, Brownie.
Good to be back, Swatter. Yeah, good to be back, Icon Park.
We are looking forward to a big year on Triple M Footy, and that's all thanks to our great mates at McDonald's. Triple M Rocks Footy. For McDonald's, 6-1-37 to 1-5-11, and you spoke to a few people, Bolts. I saw you before the game started, and the word was that Carlton were expected to be a bit too strong for the Magpies tonight.
Well, that came from Daisy Pearce, and she knows obviously this league, and she's the star of this league, and that was the fact that this midfield of Carlton will be far too strong, and it's played out that way, hasn't it? With the star-studded Collingwood forward line, they just haven't had the supply that they've needed because of this dominance of the midfield of Carlton.
All right, 1 quarter to go, and the Blues lead by 26 points. They will kick to the Royal Parade in right of the radio dial, and it has been a spectacular Melbourne summer night here. About 27 degrees when the game started. It's just drifted off a little bit, but we still below 20s, and it just has been a terrific night. Weather's played its part. Crowd has certainly turned up. A lot of disappointed people, and Gillum McLaughlin, to his credit, announced that at quarter time the ground was closed, went out and met with a number of the supporters who weren't particularly happy, but it is uncharted waters, and the AFL could only have hoped for a crowd of this size. And the instructions from the local law enforcement was close the gates. It's a safety issue now. So disappointing for people who didn't get here, but certainly been a great response, boys. The final term about to get underway, and the Bulldogs Tiger champ, 220 game star. Nathan Brown, take it away.
Blues doing it nicely on their home deck in the first game. Umpire balls it up. Big tackle laid out there. It's been the form of the night by Arnell, and we'll have another ball up.
She's on Amelia Barden out there, Arnell, and also Kerrick's matched up with Benici.
Umpire throws it up. Running through there was Benici. Hard. Tesoriero couldn't get the ball clear. The Blues just fumbled the footy going towards half forward. They've moved it about 20 metres, but now the Pies with numbers. Chiocci's been very good. Probably been the Pies' best tonight so far. Couldn't win that ball out. Kerrick did. Left foot scrambler towards half forward. Numbers for the Pies. Quick kick under pressure. Gillespie Jones tried to pick it up. She's tackled as she gets it. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Free kick will go to the Pies right on the point of the square at half back, and they need to move it quick.
And Nez, just give us a quick injury update thanks to Bob James T. Marts.
Both teams are down to 4 on the bench. Helen Roden is iced up all down her left leg, so her night is done, and Nat Exxon for the Blues is done. I'm told it's a bad corky.
Darcy couldn't take the mark, but it will come back with a bit of interest. The Pies take it at half back. Man, who's been the leading tacklers for both teams, given the number of total tacklers between the two teams?
Yeah, for the Magpies, it's 7 to Eva and Benici, and for the Blues, 6 to Hosking and Kerrick.
Hutchings darted off half-back, broadcast side, and then dropped it long. The Pies have it inside the centre square, and it's with Edwards. Caitlin goes out very wide, a bouncing ball. It can be gathered, and where's Hope? She presents, charges forward. But the Blues have numbers back. Hardiman's been pretty solid all night too. Good gather. Nice clean hands from Kerrick. Flicked a handball back towards a teammate. Hill gets in the way. Loses her legs. Ball gets pinned in under those, and we'll have it thrown up just inside the forward 50 for the Magpies.
Hardiman's been good. Adard has rolled on to Moana Hope now, so they switch and swatch around. They don't have to have one opponent at the moment. Hardiman is on Cameron, so they've got some tall timber down there, the Pies, that need to be dealt with, and Carlton have done that well tonight. Ball up, half back. Blues with a short ball from Kerrick. Just rolls out towards centre wing. The Pies will be the first one there, and it comes back with a bit of interest, but it goes wide and very wide and out of bounds on the full. And the Blues will take the free kick at half back under the legend stand, under the lights out there. What a beautiful night it is in Melbourne. The Blues are 37, the Pies are 11. It's a 26-point margin, early stages. Last term for McDonald's, Triple M Rocks footy.
So Davey drops it long, big leap. And on that occasion, it was Jacobson, got up high, had a good piece of it, but couldn't bring the ball down. And the Pies just drop it long towards half forward. Ball carries the pack, goes out of bounds, and we'll have it tossed in. I reckon the AFL across the board ticks all round, Bolts.
Oh, it's been fantastic. The opening game of this incredible competition, and it's hats off to all who have turned up tonight, but also the entertainment put on by these women.
Ball spinning back into play. Carlton with the first one there through Lucas Rod. She's tackled as soon as she gets the footy. Ball just jars free now. Lucas Rod goes in, tries to get it again, soccers up the ground. Hardyman's there too. Now Vesio in the middle of the ground, shakes, moves, goes one way then the other. Fred Astaire type moves through the middle of the ground, but her kick wasn't good. Charging through the middle of the ground with the Pies was Stevens. Long ball, Hopes at the back. She couldn't get into the contest. Fisted to the front of the ground, and Carlton have all the answers again, and running away with the ball is Moody.
Yeah, high ball inside the square. Courage shown on that occasion from Loynes. No regard for a safety. Ball spills free. And the Blues will get it free through the corridor. Darting ball. Good work by McIntosh. Then a prize the Shepherd. Vesio was there. She's been electric. Got 4 goals. Good tackle, couldn't find a loose ball, may get again, she's drifted out the back. Collingwood get there first, but the Blues applied plenty of pressure again, deemed to throw, and it was a good tackle. And that has been a highlight all over the evening by both teams.
So Brown, right foot ball inside forward 50. No mark taken out, big mark taken over the back. I thought that nobody had an opportunity to grab that one, and over the back was probably the smallest one in the pack. Bianca Jacobson, so from 55, gets the ball moving quickly. Why not go to Vesio? 1-2 bites of the grab, couldn't quite take it. Ball still at ground level. Lucas Rod will be the first one there. Paddles it back. Vesio goes back in. Ball hot, right in front of Carlton's goal. Soccred back. Lucas Rod, handballs, picks it up. Banana inside forward 50, and the mark down there is taken by the Blues, and surely this would seal the game.
We've just pressured the life out of the Pies. They've exited defensive 50, and that's how they get those quick re-entries. It was a fantastic grab.
Nerily Meadows are going to put you on the line here. Jacobson from 35 metres out. Does she nail it?
Let's hope so. She's taken a couple of great grabs as well in this game, and we saw one just earlier in that pack mark. It was a wonderful grab, so she's going back and looking like she's pretty confident, let's be honest.
Nerily Meadows on the boundary for Bob Jane Team Art, so she's going to have to give it her best here. 35 metres out, pretty much directly in front. It's nice off the boot. It doesn't quite have the carry, and it's fisted through for one behind to the Blues. They're 6-2. 38 to 1-5-11, back down to Nerily for the Bob Jane Team Arts.
And just on Jacobson, she's coming off an ACL as well, so it's great to see her doing so well in this game. And Gillan McLaughlin, he's been outside, as we mentioned earlier, to apologise for the fans who missed out. We're told there was a further 2,000 fans who didn't get to come inside.
Yeah, look, it's disappointing. Thanks for that, Nerily. It sort of paints the picture, and as disappointing it is for those 2,000 people, it looks better here at a capacity ground, Bolts. If you have that at Etihad Stadium, it's half full. Yeah, so I think this is the right venue.
And people still love suburban football, and that's why they've turned up in droves today. It was an incredible afternoon. You're watching them stream in the gates. It's just a fantastic night. It is a shame that there's people outside, but what a buzz.
Yep. Darcy's got the ball on the outer wing. She spears the ball inside the centre square. Pies have numbers. Kingy's one of them. A long way down. She gathers the ball and drops it long. Has it inside forward 50, but a couple of Pies collide. The Blues defenders standing tall. Now they've squirted the ball out the back, and they've done it really well. Handball over the top, Gillespie Jones, and they've got numbers everywhere, the Blues, but great smother by Stevens. We go to Nerily Meadows again shortly. Good contest, physical contest. Stevens tracks the ball. It goes out of bounds. She wants the spell, but what's the story with that headband, Nerily?
Just firstly, it looks like Steph Chiocci, the skipper for Collingwood, is down and in a really bad way at the moment. But just on Nicola Stevens, so she wears a white ribbon in her hair. That's for her mum, who has Alzheimer's at just 59 years of age. She's in a nursing home tonight, but she wears that white ribbon so her mum can spot her more easily.
Nice story down there, Nez. That's for Bob Jane Team Arts as Chiocci just gets up. You got a good view of Chiocci down there. Was it just a high hit?
I didn't say what it was, but she's looking very groggy indeed. And she's a tough cookie, I can tell you, Steph Chiocci. She's in a bad way. They're just putting a bit of patch up to her above her right eye as well. She's jogging at the moment, so hopefully she is okay.
Probably been the Pies' best tonight as the ball's paddled by Eva towards the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. Just the attacking side of centre for the Blues. Loynes is down there. She's been quite good. What are Katie Loynes' number tonight, Chip?
Yeah, she's racked up 8 disposals, going at 75% efficiency.
Leading disposal winner on the
though.
ground,
She
two
goes
men, both
straight
teams.
for it.
Ash, leading possession winners.
Yeah, look at this. Davey racking them up. 22 touches leading ball win, and Jacobson prominent as well with 14.
Nicely done. Blues have it to half forward. A very good tackle on Pound. And the ball's not coming out. And we'll have it thrown up right half forward flank. So the scoreboard reads 6-1-37. Carlton leading the Magpies 1-5-11. Pies kicked the opening goal, 7-minute mark at the first turn, and have been held goalless by a very impressive Blues outfit. And they've piled on 6 of their own, including 4 from Vesio. And Hardiman takes another good mark. Broadcast wing.
Been brilliant, Hardiman. Been a brick wall at centre half back for the Blues. Left foot ball towards half forward. Gets over the back towards 50 now. Going through hard was Brown. Couldn't quite pick the footy up. Comes out to the Pies. High ball towards centre wing. Clash of bodies out there. The girl on the ground levels, Arnell, did really well. Got the ball out towards Davey. They're away. Back towards Arnell. Now Kerrick. Left foot. Wobbly ball inside forward 50. Can't take the footy down there. Now it gets back out. Arnell's been very good. On towards Davey. She's been everywhere so far. Umpire says you threw it on this occasion. Holding the ball, comes back, and free kick will go to the Pies.
Yeah, risky kick. And it's picked off reasonably well by Downey. Allison. And she has it right half forward flank. Blues in total control.
Far more effective with ball in hand at the moment, Blues. They've just been able to just slice them up at the moment.
Davey has been prominent. Drives the ball and Vesio. Great hands. We've seen a couple of terrific marks in this final term. And Vesio, 4 goals for a handful. 5 on debut. Opening game, AFL Women's League. What a start to her short career. They lead at the moment by 26. She doesn't have a shot at goal. Unselfish football. Chips it over the top, and that's poor marking from the Pies defence.
When you've got 4 goals, that's when you just start handing it off. And that's the making of a marquee player, just bringing a teammate into it. Fantastic work by Vesio.
I'll tell you what, we know a few selfish forwards that work for Triple M, and there is no way known, as I look at one to my right, that he would have given that off in a lifetime.
Absolutely not.
Yep. It's all about me, but in the meantime, the Blues for another goal. It's on its way. As it squeezed its way through? No, it floats across the side of the goal. It's a behind, so it's 6-2 playing 1-5. Blues lead. Triple M Exetel scoreboard. Exetel NBN, the speed you need. Let's go downstairs. Nez.
The Collingwood skipper, Steph Chiocci, has just had a patched up above her right eye. She's made the doctor laugh, though, so that is good news. And it doesn't surprise me at all because she's a fantastic character. And just on Carlton's bench, really bad news. Natalie Plain, the cricketer for the Renegades and staff of the Blues, has gone back into the rooms and just come out now on crutches with that left ankle. So that is not good news indeed for the rest of the competition.
Ball's found its way towards half-back where Nicola Stevens, short ball on the left, nice chipping ball towards Barden. Takes the mark, long way from home here, the Pies. Something amazing going to have to happen for them to get up here. 39 plays, 11, a 28-point margin as Barden looks to go backwards and now called to play on, smothered off the boot, but the umpire has found a free kick there towards Sarah Darcy. Still at half-back, so a long way to go for the Pies here. Left foot ball. Not a bad one too, but fisted away, and the Blues have got numbers at ground level through Lucas Rod. That ball was intercepted on that occasion. Stevens got the footy back. Blues on the run here again through Kennedy. Right-hand handball. Wanted it back. Kennedy didn't get it back because Jacobson was there. She's been everywhere in this second half. Right foot ball inside forward 50, and the mark down there taken. Is it? Umpire says no, play on. It was a fantastic effort, but the right foot squaring ball down there finds the target, who was Kennedy, and plays on. Bouncing ball into the goal square. Vesio misses.
What about the work from Gabrielle Pound? Just to be able to step back, she thought it had been touched, walk back out, and had the presence of mind to slot it over the top. But guys, around the footy, it's when the ground ball gets Carlton 149 to Collingwood 101. They've absolutely smashed them around that congestion.
So McIntosh, the 37-year-old, will bring it back in. Good courage shown. But the Blues have forced the turnover. Pound got involved as well. She's had a terrific final turn, but a great tackle. by the Magpies. And the free kick will go to Bree White. So a terrific night to launch the AFL Women's League and competition, a new chapter for the AFL, and it's a full house. As Nerily said a few times tonight, about 2,000 people weren't able to get in because the police said shut the gates. It's at capacity, and the Magpies will be disappointed, but there's a lot of young girls now, and even people like 37-year-old McIntosh, who's living a dream, giving to play AFL footy against women at the elite level. Good story.
So the ball now inside Collingwood's forward 50. It's been down there for a while. The Blues forward 50 on the side. Now kicked out by the Pies. Slow passage of play. Now we're going to get any free ball here at the moment. Handball. Comes out towards Audley. She fumbled. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Umpire calling her to get it out. She can't. Umpire comes in and calls for a ball up. What's impressed you the most tonight, Jude Bolton?
I think it's when the attack on the ball from both sides. We knew it was going to be tough and tight early, but that's maintained the whole way through, and then just the clean effectiveness of the Carlton footy side.
I spoke to Daisy Pearce before the game, and she said that the Blues midfield would be too hot, too much running, too much good use to the middle of the ground. And she's been proved right because Carlton have won this game through the middle. Their run and carry has been outstanding as they get another free kick here inside forward 50. It's going to go to Pound. So she's going to have to probably kick it 40 metres, probably take her very, very best from there late in the game. Heavy legs.
You can see Collingwood defenders looking around, pointing, making sure everyone's manned off.
Pound, low ball, nice ball too, standing tall down there for the Blues and taking that mark. I have to wait until she turns around. I can't see her back of her number. It is Jacobson, who's probably been, along with Vesio, the best player on the ground tonight so far. Her second half has been outstanding.
Well, I think she's taken 3 or 4 marks inside forward 50 in this final term. She's just been up and about, being able to lead back up. They're just presenting, as Chu said, pointing it out to me, 3 marks inside forward 50. Fantastic work from Jacobson.
She should kick this and the Blues 7th and put this game to bed. Right foot ball, 20 metres out, directly in front, makes no mistakes. And Jacobson's been outstanding tonight, and the Blues have certainly been that as well. 7-4-46 Carlton. Collingwood 1-5-11. It's now a 35-point margin deep into the last quarter, and that's all on the Triple M Extra Health scoreboard.
The Navy Blues song will be roaring around this park tonight, and it hasn't happened for a while, Swat.
Yep.
It was always an amazing place to come and
social
play.
club's not operating anymore because the joint would be rocking. But it's been a good performance. Very impressive footy by the Blues. Let's go downstairs for a bit more background on Jacobson. Nerily Meadows.
As we mentioned, she's come back from that ACL, but also she's a lifelong Blues supporter. So what a moment, a dream come true to star on a night like tonight.
Yeah, well said, Nerily. It's a dream come true for all the girls that have played tonight and all the girls that have been recruited to the respective teams. And Carlton get it over the arch rival. And maybe this is the beginning of their own rivalry between these two teams. 7-4-56, the Blues defeating the Pies, 1-5-11. 7-4-46 to 1-5-11. Carlton too strong. 35-point winners in the end, led by 10 at quarter time, 15 at half time. Had it in control with a 26-point lead at three-quarter time and 35 points in the end. Two-man, just some leading possession winners, please.
Sure, Swatter for the Blues. Davey, 26 disposals and a goal. Jacobson, 16 possessions, 5 marks, as Bolt said. 3 inside the forward 50 in that final quarter. Arnold, 14 possessions and a goal. And Vesio, 13 possessions, 12 of those contested, along with 4 majors. And for the Magpies, 14 to Darcy, 14 to Barden, 11 to Edwards. And Moana Hope, only 4 possessions and the one behind, Swatter.
Well, your thoughts, Bolts?
No, we spoke about the clean ball movement from Carlton and their ability to use their hands. They You've got the big margin in that handball effectiveness, but also handball receives. They run and carry. They were just able to open Collingwood up. They set up really well defensively behind the footy. They were able to limit the effectiveness of Moana Hope and Gardner and Darcy up there. I just thought there was a really complete performance from the Carlton Footy Club.
Well, I reckon she'll sleep well tonight because it's been an emotional night. It's been exciting, and she's been in the middle of it, and she continues to be in the middle of it. She's on the ground with the Victorious Blues at the moment. Nerily Meadows.
Absolutely. With the Victorious Blues and the Desolate Pies, they are shattered. You can tell that this really genuinely means a lot. It's such a short competition, so to lose a game is a big deal. Now, on the flip side, we're seeing the Carlton girls just hug each other as the crowd just cheers so loudly. It's such emotional stuff. Dennis Armfield, who's basically been like an assistant coach on the bench all night long, of course he plays for Carlton, is out here in the middle as well. And there's a lot of former players and current players who've had a lot to do with these girls, and I can tell you they have loved every second working with them. They can just tell that they're so passionate and they're loving the way that they hang on every word. But there's hugs, there's girls picking each other up off the ground. They've made history tonight, boys. Let's have a listen, because they're linking arms here and they're getting ready to sing the song. In fact, they're just waiting for their skipper, Lauren Arnell, before they do that. But massive smiles. Everyone just can't wait. No one has moved from their seat, mind you. No one has moved. They want to hear this song out here in the middle. They want to be part of history.
Do you ever think you'd see the day that this would happen, Nez?
It's just to think in my lifetime, this wasn't around when I was a kid. It wasn't even an option. I played soccer with the boys and that was ahead of the time. And boys, I'm not that old. So to think how much it's changed in just such a short space of time, as you mentioned, I'm super emotional tonight. I've been emotional all week. It's been such an incredible experience to be a part of this. This is something that we'll look back on, and you will too. Don't you worry about it. You'll look back on it and you'll say, I was part of this historic night, February 3, 2017, when guess what? This actually became Australia's game.
I got the Bushnells on the Carlton clan down there. I tell you what, Dennis Armfield's haircut at the moment, if this was the real season, he would get an absolute torching at the moment. But it's not about Dennis, it's all about the girls, so we'll park that. But if he runs out with that at round one, Bolts, he's going to be an awful mess once the Triple M boys latch onto that. But Nez, back to you, because just paint the picture about what is unfolding.
The girls are linking arms. They're getting ready to sing the song for the very first time. Let's have a listen, because they're all smiles.
Yep, well done to the Carlton girls, 7-4-46 to 1-5-11. But as they do that, Bolts, the Pies do what?
Yeah, well, all the Pies players are spread out to give some of the fans that have come in today a footy for their to turn up. So they, as Nez has mentioned, not a soul has left this building. They are all here watching this momentous occasion. Fantastic to hear the Blues song being belted out there. It's just been fantastic. And we mentioned about the competitiveness and the intent of both sides. 144 tackles combined tonight in a 16-a-side game, a shortened game in that. It's just been fantastically combative the whole night.
Final thoughts, Two-Man?
Well, Collingwood, they kicked the first goal of the game, and it was their only goal. That came at the 7-minute mark in the first quarter, of course. The Blues nailed the last six majors just with those handball receives, as Bolt spoke about their running game, 58-27, and they smashed them at ground level, the Blues, 161-106.
All right, remaining games for round one. Adelaide take on the Giants, the Bulldogs take on Fremantle, and then Melbourne on Sunday take on the Lions. Let's go down to Nerily Meadows again.
Boys, I just want to have a chat here to one of the girls, if I can grab one of them. Lauren's actually just walked off the skipper from me as they're all running out to congratulate the fans and thank the fans, which is just a wonderful sight. They've all got the Sharons in hand and they want to share that with the girls out there and all the little girls and boys in the crowd, who is just a wonderful occasion. It's special stuff here, guys. Everyone, you can hear the cheers at the moment. So I'm going to try and have a chat to Lauren now if we can hang on just a little bit longer to chat to the skipper, but you let me know, boys.
You let us know how you go there, Nez. But as I said before, Bolts, I think the AFL, a lot of excitement, hoping for a good contest, hoping for a lot of things, but there's an element of unknown because it's new uncharted waters. But I think when they sit down and digest on one game alone, they would be tickled pink.
Oh, this is out and out success, and I mean, this is what brings fans, sponsors, and what a way to start the football season, to have a condensed game like this and actually put on a spectacle like the ladies have. It's been a fantastic way to start 2017 football, and it's going to be a wonderful number of weeks watching these girls put on a display.
All right, and we're just waiting to have a quick chat with the captain of the Blues, and Nerily Meadows is doing a magnificent job because she has the victorious skipper of the Blues, Lauren Arnell. Nez?
That's right. The smile could not be bigger on your face, Lauren. What about this?
Oh, I'm starting to become speechless. I've almost lost my voice out there. It's so hard to communicate in what we do, but what an atmosphere. I don't think anyone could have wished for this, and to think that this is just the start of AFLW, not just for Carlton as a football club, but for the whole league and for women's sport in general. This is a pretty special moment.
2,000 people couldn't get in. They had to lock the gates.
Well, that's really unfortunate, isn't it? Hopefully they got home in time to watch it on TV, and I guess come early next week.
But what about the atmosphere? The fact that 2,000 people couldn't get in?
I'm not sure I believe you, to be honest. That's just... I mean, this must be the biggest women's sporting event ever in the country, and how lucky we are to be a part of it.
Let's walk towards the fans now, because you want to give the Sharons away. Just the little girls, the little boys, everyone. This is such a diverse crowd. Look at all of that. They haven't left.
Look, I think Darcy Vessio's the new Eddie Betts by the looks of it, and it's just incredible to have family and friends, but the wider community support us as a whole. It's couldn't get any better right now, but we know we've got a long way to go in this competition, and so we'll enjoy this moment and then reset for next week.
Emotional? You've made history tonight.
You couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I've been like this all week. I know we caught up during the week, and I'll remember this for a very long time, but again, we'll recover well, and we'll look to next week.
Is that what you were saying to the girls in that tight little huddle? Just saying, don't get carried away. This is a comp and there's a Premiership Cup to win.
That's it. Obviously soak in tonight. I don't know. I can't believe we've had the opportunity to play in the first ever game of AFLW, and it's just awesome. But this is a whole league. This isn't just a one-off game, so we've got a lot of work to do.
Get in there. Enjoy it with the fans.
Guys,
it's amazing down here. Just the fans everywhere. It's phenomenal. They haven't left. I can't stop smiling myself.
And I think just to your right-hand side, Nerily, is Stephen Trigg, the CEO of the Blues. Just on your right shoulder there. Just see if you can grab Triggy. Just get a couple of final words, given the significance of what we've just seen. I think Nerily's got Stephen Trigg right now.
I'm just trying to grab him as he hugs a couple of the Carlton crew. It's an emotional night, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there's such a big build-up, an emotional build-up to it that, there's a bit of a release at the moment, and it's nice to be on the winning side of the ledger. But I was just so impressed with both sides, in terms of the way they threw themselves at the contest. And, of course, the event itself and the people who turned up, great credit to everyone. It was wonderful.
Look around right now. The people aren't moving. They're still at the very top of the stadium, and 2,000 couldn't get in. Jeez, it's lucky we moved it from Collingwood to Carlton.
That would be an understatement. And I was standing with Gil at the time where the police said we just can't fit any more in. And, of course, we were both desperate to keep the gates open. And so there's a really heartfelt apology to those who couldn't get in, but nobody could have foreseen such an enormous response to it. And so we apologise to those who couldn't get in, but to those who did, They've seen some history, and they've been witness to a wonderful night, and for the whole competition and the progress that it represents, more generally, it's just been a wonderful occasion.
Geez, Darcy Vessio's a star, isn't she?
She is a star. She is a superstar, and if she keeps playing like that, we'll be very, very happy.
Enjoy the rest of the competition and lap this up.
Thanks a lot.
There you go, and very thankful for Stephen Trigg just